That one is one of the better series I've ever seen.
I think so. And
Yeah.
then also the one about the political House of Cards.
Yeah, House of Cards. House of Cards got a little bit wacky.
It did. You're right.
Yeah,
And then,
but it's good.
especially when they wrote him off.
Yeah.
I love House of Cards. I hated the last season.
Me too. I did
They
too.
wrote him off. And then,
It just wasn't very good after that. All right, you got to watch Chernobyl and tell me what you think. That's an easy one. 5 shows, low investment.
low investment.
It's good.
That's funny. But no, he said that 6 Feet Under.
Oh, he loves that show.
He really does.
I could not get into it.
You know what I couldn't get into that they also,
To what?
also love?
6
Black
Feet Under.
Mirrors.
There's no,
Black Mirrors
Mirror,
is-
I love it.
I do too. It's like it's kind of like Twilight Zone,
Yeah.
a modern day Twilight Zone to me. It's pretty good.
That first episode just turned me off.
Which one was it? The pig? Yeah, that's memorable. They have a whole new season of that right now, I
Really?
think. Yeah.
And then I tried watching the second one, and it just seemed so. Plus, it's British and that accent.
They're very they're dark for sure. They're dark shows.
Those Britons are dark.
Did we have any outbound today?
Yes, the one that. Oh no, not today. I put Robert up. He was called in yesterday or called yesterday.
We didn't have any.
None. None that I replied to him, but none to come on. No, we had about 10 voicemails.
Are they forwarding the hotline or whatever for the? I know Suzanne usually is the one that does that. So
I don't know if she told Nate how to do it there or not. We'll just put your number up anyway. Right.
yeah, whatever you guys want to do. I know Tom usually does the call center, but whatever you guys want, it doesn't matter.
We're up.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, and this is the only show you'll ever find where we talk about everyday life, the things that piss you off, the things that tick you off, the things that make you tick. So if you need help, information, referrals, this is the place to get it. And we work each and every day on the air here to bring and to make life a little easier for you. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, the real estate man.com. And Frank will always have your best interest at heart, whether you're buying or selling. He can work both sides. He touches every deal, and he has a team of experts to help you. And they are the best. 303-713-TALK. Now, the number for Frank is 303-920-1622. If you're looking for a great real estate broker, that is 303-920-1622. We have Compass Insurance in today. This is one of my favorite topics, one of my favorite things. What Compass does is they have a help center with us where people can call and get a free insurance review. We have never failed to save money for 80% of the people who call, 85%. If you call and say, I have this many cars, I have this house, I have this home, I have this condo, I have this umbrella, I have this, what can you do for me? Or is that a good deal? They'll tell you if it's a good deal. They will tell you. All you have to do is call. And you know what I love about comparisons? What I love about comparisons is they can't lie to you. Not that they would, but they can't, because obviously if they say you don't have a good deal, then they have to beat it. That's what I love about comparisons. You can never go wrong. And if you've had insurance more than 3 years with the same carrier, I strongly recommend you call for an insurance checkup. Now, I have to tell you that of the insurance carriers, even the bad 5 sometimes give you the best deals. Sometimes they do. But you get a creep-up syndrome with all policies, where your policy premium creeps up and your coverage creeps down. So here's the number to call for that. 303-771-HELP. That's the Help Center. 303-771-4357. People from Compass are there. Now, Brian Burns is here in the studio, but his people are at the Help Center. And Brian, anything we should know about insurance that's new? Anything at all? Anything come to mind? Or is everything basically the same?
Well, I mean, we're a couple things I would say. First, we're in, obviously, storm season, so you want to take a check at your current policy and see what your deductibles are, what your
I was going to
coverage
say,
limits
there
are,
is a
that kind of thing
trend
like that.
now.
Yep.
There's a trend that upon renewal, insurance companies are sneaking in changes, and they ask you either online or in a letter if you agree, and you blindly say yes because you see maybe even a lower premium, or you say you see a premium that's a little higher, but you think it's not bad. But what are they doing?
No, in actuality, it's not even a question of yes or no. At renewal, their new contract on their offer of renewal can have differences in the policy. Now, they have to state
And
it.
what's the biggest difference that can hurt people?
The roof. So going to actual cash value, a lot of insurance companies do it, or they go to higher wind and hail deductibles. Those are the most common seen in Colorado just because that's the biggest loss that we see here.
And then we have one woman that called the other day.
Mm-hmm.
She has an actual cash value policy.
Mm-hmm.
That
for the whole policy or just
yeah,
the roof?
No, for the roof.
Okay, yep.
So now what this means is, well, tell us what it means. Actual cash value. It's called ACV. Watch out for it. What does it mean?
It means that at the time of loss, the roof would be settled at whatever the value is at that time. So in other words, if
it's a 10-year-old roof or 15 or 20-year, you get a depreciated value.
That's right.
And you have to pay the upgrade.
You have to pay for the replacement portion of it. So they only will pay you for what it's worth at that time. It is not
That's just
uncommon.
like a car.
Yeah, it's how car losses are settled. It's not uncommon. You're seeing it more and more and it's difficult to
I
switch
think it's
going
to be commonplace.
Yeah, I do too. I think that will become what is the norm.
Yeah, because why should they give you a new roof?
Yeah, it's just how it started out, and insurance companies started offering it. It became the norm.
But if you think about it, there's
killed.
no other insurance that guarantees replacement.
Right.
If you lose a TV in a homeowner's claim, you get the value of the TV at the time.
But then you get replacement cost. Homeowners in general, not just for the roof.
Excuse me, not homeowners. Yeah. I'm talking about, you're right with homeowners, but I'm talking about with a car, if you lose something, if you lose the car, it's the value of the car. And then there's other insurances where you lose where it's an actual cash value. But homeowners has been replacement, but I think it's moving the other way. So beware of that. Ben, you sent an email, didn't you, Ben?
Yes, I did, sir.
And I saw a picture. Now, what was your question? I'm not clear on what your question is.
Well, did you get my Zillow of the property, Tom?
Yes.
Okay, good. But I have a quick rant. I sent you some emails, but I haven't gotten responses lately, so I'm hoping that I'm sending emails to the right address.
What do you send it to?
Just to the Tom Martino line that's out there on the web.
Well, I don't know. See, you'd have to tell me what you're sending it to because we give our address out every day and answer every email. It's help@troubleshooter.com.
Okay, I'll verify that.
But anyway, you got an answer to this one, I hope, because I got it this morning, and you wanted to know about a meth house, but I'm not sure what you're asking.
Well, one thing, you mentioned that you do hard money lending, and then my point about this house is that if you look at the Zillow, it's labeled as a meth house. I looked to purchase it.
It's actually labeled on Zillow as a meth house?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And so when I talked to some remediation companies, because they're selling the house for $500,000, which if you look at the comparables next to it, they're about $800,000. So I wanted to purchase it, but I couldn't figure out the price to get the meth remediated to where I could list it as a rental, but not as a meth rental, right? That's a stigma I don't want.
Hey, Ben, I know what's happening to your email. You're sending it to my private email, which doesn't take unknown emails. That's exactly what's going on. You have to send it. No. I just want you to know you were sending it. I don't know how you got my private email. Not a big deal but it gets filtered out because I get so many. I only take contact email. But here's the deal. It did go into a box where I was able to find it, and I do have the address 777 28th Street. Now, where does it say meth?
if you go to the description,
it says, investigator special, home has been designated as contaminated with methamphetamine, cash only deal, do not enter property without proper hazmat protection. And you can buy this for how much?
Well, I put an offer in at $475, but I had a contingent on me having someone to come in to give me a price on what it would be, what it would cost.
Well, how does this affect, since it's a townhome, how does it affect the neighbors?
Well, that was my concern. I couldn't get information on how this house can be labeled as a meth, but it has co-joining homes.
Who do we know that knows about meth and environmental cleanup? Dan, who comes to mind on the referral list, or Nate? On the referral list, do we have environmental cleanup people or something like that that could talk to this? We need to talk to someone about it.
Right. Maybe one of our cleanup people there that does restoration.
Hold on. I want to call Excel Services, Jim Saxton. Now, I'm not saying he does meth cleanup, but he's in the cleanup business, and I'll bet you he knows.
Because I couldn't list this as a meth house for rental. It would never rent. And also, the comparables are almost $800,000, almost double the price. So it could be a fix and flip.
Now, hold on a sec. I just want to get Excel here. Their number, Nate, is 303, if you want to call. Nate's filling in for Suzanne. 303-683-3470. ExcelServicesNetwork.com. Now, I'm not saying they clean up meth, but they do deep cleaning, they do specials, they do one-time cleanings, they do regular cleanings, they do semi-regular. What I love about them is you can make your own schedule. But so I don't want people listening saying, calling them and say, hey, I hear you clean up meth. I'm going to find out if they do. I'm going to talk to Jim and find out. But they do residential and commercial. They do windows and carpets and gutters, and they put up and take down Christmas lights. They do everything around there. They even do drywall repair. So hold on, Ben. Let's call them and see if they know anyone or can talk about it. All right, Mac. What's going on with you, Mac? Welcome to the show. I'm Tom. What's going on?
Hi, Tom. Thanks for having me.
What's going on with you?
So, a lot.
Uh-oh. Wow.
Predominantly right now. I'm having financial trouble, as I have been for some time.
All right. Now, when did the financial trouble start? Did you get fired or something?
Well, no, I didn't get fired. I left my job over a year and a half ago to be a stay-at-home father because my wife at the time had gotten a fantastic job. And she was going to be the breadwinner. I was going to be the stay-at-home parent, which was working fine. The problem is the spending on credit cards.
Well, by her or you?
Both, honestly. Very.
So are credit cards out of control right now? Are credit cards out of control?
At this point, they're maxed. We had two credit cards. They're both maxed for
how much?
For almost $30,000.
Combined?
Yes, combined.
Okay, now what?
And that was almost 2 years ago.
What did you do? Have you been making minimum payments?
I was making minimum payments, but they weren't making an impact because the interest would.
Did you stop making minimum payments?
I did. I stopped making minimum payments. I asked my bank to stop them because I was going to go through this law firm that reached out to me to settle.
How did they reach out to you?
It was through, I think it was a letter in my mail that I received.
What, were they representing one of the credit cards?
No, they were their own company who claimed they specialize in.
How did they know you were in trouble?
I'm not sure.
All right, that's a bad omen. First of all, you don't choose people ever, whether it's a roofer, whether it's an insurance person, whether it's a debt consolidator, no matter what. You never choose people based on you being contacted ever. Ever. And I'll tell you, not because they're all ripoffs, but listen carefully, and I'll come back to you. Here's the rule of thumb. Of all the ripoffs, if you put all the ripoffs in a pool, of that pool, about 90% of them did not initiate the transaction. It was initiated by the other party. That means you have a higher percentage rate of being ripped off if you're contacted by someone else. You see? Not if you contact them. That's not to say you can't get ripped off. If you contact someone, you can. But you have a 90% chance of getting ripped if someone contacts you.
This report is
Sponsored by Napa Auto Parts.
Or-
1 minute, revitalized health long. Revitalized health long. 225.
Genesis.
Watch out for backups to Arapahoe. Good news. It looks like northbound Highway 85 has reopened at County Road 6 north of Brighton. Earlier, a crash and a gas line rupture had it closed down. Still a lot of activity in the area, so just be aware of that. Multi-vehicle crash being cleared on the southbound side of Parker Road at Lincoln Avenue. An area to avoid, and watch out for a crash at 14th in Colorado as well. Weather forecast going to be mostly sunny today with a slight chance.
Now, this article in Denver Post
Oh.
about meth contaminated homes says, you know, depending on.
I want to know about insurance.
Yeah.
6:30 for K-How.
Who's that?
It's not mine.
Your phone is ringing. It stopped now, but it's not silenced. It did stop though. Revitalized Health are three brothers who have a clinic to defy aging. That's their whole dedication. They do cosmetic procedures. They also do hormone optimization. I'm a patient there. People say, Tom, hey, you're looking good. You look, healthy. And some people say you look like you've been exercising. You look like you got sun. You look like... Here's the deal. When you have your hormones in check and you optimize them and you know what you're missing and what you're not missing, these guys do that. They have the BioT treatment, which are pellets that slowly release testosterone or estrogen over a long period of time. They also have other treatments. I call them thehormonebros.com. They are really good people. They're at 470 in Ken Carroll. In fact, I'll be going out there today to see them. And you will love them. Revitalize Health or thehormonebros.com. Thehormonebros.com. Here's their number, 720-361-2302.
But it says that you can. It could be bad enough damage that they have to go down to the studs as far as that meth damage.
If I rent out my place and they contaminate and my tenants contaminate it, am I covered?
Yeah, there's not an exclusion right now. I know there's talk about trying to get exclusions in there, but right now it's considered vandalism or smoke damage, even though it's a chemical. So I had one covered actually. The landlord had no clue that it was going on. Obviously,
Marijuana can cause problems too.
Yeah, this was meth specifically, but yeah, had no clue.
So meth is dangerous because you can make it yourself.
Well, and the chemical compound that goes, it can seep into the drywall, and then you can't clean it. It has to actually be removed. It becomes a huge deal.
That's why you should do it in a motorhome.
Right, a moving motorhome.
I saw the beginning parts of Breaking
great.
Bad, but he was a chemistry teacher. Right?
Yes. Yeah, and then he's diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah, I got that part.
Incurable cancer.
I got the first two or three episodes, and where the wife approached that other guy and said she'd kill him.
Mark for Genesis is on 6. He did a meth house about 10 years ago.
Cool.
So he kind of knows what's to do there. So versus Excel said they don't do anything like that.
I don't think you can clean it. I think it's a construction type of situation.
Yeah, that's why I called him there. So he says you either spray everything in shellac or you rip it out.
Yeah.
But line 6, I didn't type. I guess I could type that. Go back and
The great thing about Breaking Bad, though, is just how slowly they show
his dissension into hell.
It's so crazy. I mean, because you're in and you're cheering for him. It's like Sopranos, you like the guy.
That's true.
But the way that he does it over that many seasons, to where at the end you're like, holy cow, how did he get here? It's pretty interesting.
He doesn't kill anybody.
He does.
Oh wait.
Yeah, he does.
I guess I remember naming that. That must.
He gets to be a badass, right? He's a chemistry teacher.
Yeah.
Who's going through cancer treatment?
Yeah.
And obviously, I heard through all the media, he dies at the end.
Yeah, that's how it ends, right? Which is pretty much the only way it could have ended. But, yeah, it was great.
Because I didn't watch it, I didn't see him die.
But it doesn't.
You didn't see him die?
But somebody said even though he dies, it's a fulfilling ending. And
yeah, it's a good ending.
Tom, this is Peter with Claims Pro.
Hey, Peters, how you doing?
Okay, how you doing?
Claims Pro.
Yes.
Peter, we'll have you sit over here, man.
Oh yeah, that's a good place.
Yeah. It's a good mic. Got your headset set up.
You're a public
Peter,
adjuster,
this
bro.
is
You are a friend of the people. How long have you been doing public adjusting?
Since about 2009, before I'm retired from the New York City Police Department originally.
Yeah.
Hey, line
And,
6 is
2005,
Genesis.
Were you a police officer there?
Mark from Genesis, and he's going to talk on that meth thing.
Oh, great.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Genesis Total Exteriors is on the line. He's actually done a meth cleanup before. Now, we called Excel Cleaning Services. Now, they're great at, cleaning and all of that. They say they don't clean. And Brian Burns, who has had some insurance claims by landlords who've rented out their homes, and then their homes or apartments that have been contaminated, and Brian, cleaning doesn't cut it.
No, it's more involved than that.
It's a big insurance claim, isn't it?
It's a big insurance claim.
So if I'm a landlord renting out my home, will it be covered?
Yeah, in the cases that I've had, the companies that I've dealt with, we did get coverage for it. It was considered to be vandalism or smoke damage in the two cases that I can think of. And so the coverage was there to cover it. But, I'm not saying that would be the case with every policy.
I have a sneaky question. If I'm the owner and I'm busted for meth and my house is contaminated, can my wife put in a claim?
No, because it's a named insured that caused the damage.
By the way, our other guest here today, Peter, just when you do talk, you don't have to lean into it. Just pull it and make it comfortable. Wherever you want that, it'll go. And then you can turn it on and off as we talk. Have you ever had a claim for that? Peter is a public adjuster who fights for consumers. Yeah, you can do that and then just move that mic anywhere you need it. Have you ever had a claim for meth?
Yes.
You'd have? Did insurance companies balk at it or try to get out of it?
Well, they try in a way to blame it on the insured in a sense that he allowed this to go on. So you sort of have to work around the edges. And
have you gotten them covered?
Yes.
Now, public adjusters, for those listening, they're adjusters. Now, there are insurance adjusters, and they're referred to in the industry as IAs. And then there are public adjusters, PAs. And public adjusters represent consumers. So they come in and they say from the insurance company, this claim's worth $8,000. Now, Peter will come in. And we also have another public adjuster on the referral list. Peter is with Claims Pro Adjusters, Claims Pro Public Adjusters. And he'll come in and fight with them. In fact, he's the only one that can fight with them. You're not allowed to fight with them if you're a contractor. If you're a contractor, you can't go in and say, I disagree, this needs to be done. You can give them an estimate, but you can't fight with them. That's where a public adjuster comes in. They most always get so much money that their fee is not even noticed. I'm serious. We've had great results with public adjusters. What's the biggest discrepancy in your public claims that you remember from your career? Like what the insurance offered, and get this close when you talk, by the way, from what they offered to what you ended up getting. What's the biggest discrepancy you can recall in your career?
Well, I had just recently closed one. It was at about $600,000. I got $2.7 million.
Wait a minute. They offered $600,000. You think the guy would be happy? Was it commercial, obviously?
Yeah, it was a condo association.
And you got
2.7.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it's quite common. I had another one where they...
Where's your jewelry? And your gold chains?
My wife has it.
Because you made some money on that. You're a retired New York City cop?
Yes.
Really? What area did you work in the city?
South Bronx and Harlem.
Oh my God, you couldn't have picked. You were a real beat cop?
Yeah.
In the Bronx.
You start off walking a beat.
In the Bronx?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was 42nd precinct.
And so, okay, that's pretty cool. How do you go from there to being a public adjuster? I guess you're used to fighting with liars and thieves, right? So you fight with insurance.
Yes. Well, what happened in 2005, I had already retired, and I was on the board of directors of a condo association.
Oh.
And Hurricane Wilma hit and destroyed the place.
In Florida. In Florida?
Yes, in Florida. We had over $18 million in damages, and I saw what they were doing because I was on the board of directors.
You saw the insurance company putting the screws to you.
Yeah, they just delayed every time they could. They'd say they'd do something and then not do it, and it just got to me. And then in 2009, I had the opportunity to go up to where they had Hurricane Ike in Galveston,
Yeah.
And I got the opportunity to go up there and start working these type claims.
For the insurance industry or for people?
No, I don't. I can't work for an insurance company. It's a conflict of interest.
No, I know that,
Yeah.
but you didn't start doing that.
No, I never
Okay.
worked for an insurance
Never
company. No,
You just always had a heart for the consumer side.
exactly, yeah.
I mean, people find this hard to believe. And Brian here, by the way, he's not an underwriter. Brian is a broker, and they represent like 25 lines, and he does fight for people. And I will, and nobody's going to deny this. Insurance companies, people, you have to understand, they will lie to you. I mean, that's a hard concept to get across because people, they'll tell you, oh, no, we don't lie. They do lie to people.
Well, that's how that claim went from 600,000 to 2.7 million. Was we caught them in a few lies,
Yeah.
and they wound up backing off and paying what was due.
And why do they do this? I don't know. Why? But you would think every consumer in the world would call a public adjuster. Anyway, let's get back to the phones. Mark with GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Mark, what's involved in cleaning up a meth house since you've done it before?
Right. Well, so the big thing is you want anything porous out of there, carpet and things like that. You want out of there.
You can't just clean it.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
And plus, I mean, if it's a meth house, most likely they're not the cleanest of people, and guessing it's going to be filthy and gross.
So, and the ones you've done, how did you clean?
So you get rid of all those things. You got to get all the ventilation system completely cleaned out, and then we went through and we sprayed down everything with shellac, which
That seals it.
That seals it all in.
So when you say spray it down, what would you spray down with shellac? Because obviously the drywall's being
all the walls, and it's it's just a coating that you put on the walls and trim and things like that.
Now, does somebody come in and approve it?
After that, we did an air test. We had an independent.
But is there a designation once it's declared a meth house? Is there a designation that says, okay, now it's not a meth house?
Yeah, I mean there wasn't, as far as I know. This was well over 10 years ago.
Okay.
I did this one.
All right.
But things could have changed from now. I could get a hold of my guy that does all my testing for lead and asbestos and does air quality control tests.
You know what? If he has a number, we can call him directly. Now, Genesis Total Exteriors, of course, does, the siding, windows, gutters, painting, decks, fences, kitchens, baths, basements, and but he's just on the air because he did do a meth cleanup one time, and he can do home improvements after a disaster or after a meth thing, but I wonder if there's an official designation. Nathan, talk to Mark and get his guy's number, the environmental tester, see if he knows. What we're trying to find out is, what do we do for Ben? He wants to buy this place. It's been designated a meth house. Is there a such thing as undesignating it? Where it doesn't keep showing up. GenesisTotalExteriors.com, by the way, 303-679-8509. We have more coming up. Okay.
I'm Dan. I run the video here. So does this look like good for your banner here? So when you talk there, I put that over that, and this will be your picture.
It's Claims Pro and Justice. Yeah, if you can put Claims Pro and Justice on it, that'd be perfect. They changed.
You changed your email?
Yeah, there's another one.
Okay, we need to put it on the regular.
Yeah, we need to make sure. Make a note of that, Dano. Dano, can you go in and change that?
Well, I can change it on my here.
More than 6,000 hotels across the country, including La Quinta, Days Inn, and Super 8. A great hotel by Wyndham is closer than you think. Find one near you and book direct at WyndhamHotels.com.
Let's talk about Fix It 24/7. Free second opinions. This is important. I call them the $39 people because for $39, they'll come to your home and find any problem, no matter what it is, give you a complete estimate, and 100% guarantee it'll be fixed right, or you don't pay. Now, here's the deal. If you decide to have the work done, you don't even pay the $39. They credit you. But there's another way to get a free service call. If someone tells you you need a furnace, a water heater, a panel change out, or something major, air conditioning, get a second opinion. It can only help. It doesn't cost you a dime at Fix It 24/7. The honest, reliable people, the $39 people. But This doesn't even cost you $39. All you do is call and say, I need a second opinion. Martino says you do it free. 720-526-3939. And again, unless they can beat that deal, what good is a second opinion? So you know you're going to hold their feet to the fire. And they're good people to have at your fire. FixMyHome.com. 720-526-3939.
Glad I asked you, Peter.
What's that?
Because I'm glad I asked him about the...
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get that changed. 833. Holy cow. Where's that?
Toll free.
Okay.
833 is a new... I've never heard of an 833 number. Huh. They must be running out of 866s, 800s,
888.
Yeah.
That's why I created Patriot Software to help employers with 1 to 100 employees do their payroll correctly with pay stubs. Go to patriotsoftware.com. Use promo code radio and get 2 months of payroll free. That's patriotsoftware.com.
Adjusters is ERS. Huh?
Yes.
This month, save 30% on windows, siding, and doors at K&H Home Solutions, a company I know and trust and have used on my home. Hello, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. K&H routinely beats the market on pricing, and now you not only get 30% off windows, siding, and doors, but when you mention my name, you'll get an additional 10% off new entry doors. 303-421-7100. Yeah, your own no-obligation home visit at khwindows.com and get early summer savings. Financing available. khwindows.com. khwindows.com.
I grew up in a military family, and that's why it's important to me to remind veterans that it's time to take advantage of the VA benefits that you deserve. This is Ross Kaminsky, and I thank you, and American Financing thanks you for your service, and want to see that you receive the greatest savings when it comes to owning a home on the land you once defended. When using your VA benefits, there's no down payment and no mortgage interest required, and you'll receive some of the lowest rates in the industry. If you're already in a mortgage, it's no
So
problem.
Brian, you think they'll quit, insurance will quit doing Russ in Colorado?
I think they'll go actual cash value. More and more of them. Unless they start getting profitable.
Okay.
Unless there's a couple years without hail. But we'll see.
A salary-based mortgage consultant will listen to your financial goals and customize.
What I've been finding them doing is just adding so many exclusions on the policy. You know,
Like, you mean like cash value exclusions or what?
well, that they could just name. A lot of times you'll have after 15 years they won't reduce the actual cash value. But,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's frequent. I see it all the time, yeah.
yeah, and then but then you have things with tile roofs where they're trying to get you to use. You have a replacement cost policy. They're trying to get you to use used material or material made by this guy out in the Midwest, and it's not lifetime quality. They're not allowed to do that. So I've been getting a lot of those claims. They'll start off at about $2,000 and end up about $140,000 once they pay for the roof. Those are residential, not commercial.
Yeah.
But it's a common practice of what the insurance companies do. I work with a lot of brokers, and brokers are helpful. You know, they know.
They want to keep their people happy.
Yeah, and plus they get a better end with the insurance company.
Yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, Ben, we're trying to figure out how you get undesignated as a meth house. We'll talk about that coming up. Mac, what's going on with you? Mac, you say you I'm sorry. Where is Charles? There he is. Hold on. What happened to Charles with the credit card? Did he hang up? We didn't even finish with him.
No, Mac is with the credit card.
Oh, I thought I put Charles. I'm sorry. The stay-at-home dad is Mac? Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Mac, I'm sorry. So listen, man, we left off where you stopped making your payments. You got involved in some scammer that reached out to you, and as I said, that's a bad way to find someone. Did you pay that scammer any money?
I did.
How much did you pay?
Grand total, I paid them just under $7,500.
Yeah, so you got ripped off twice now. I'm not twice. I mean, you got into debt, and now you paid them seven. You realize they're a rip-off. You're not going to get anything, right? And you're not going to get your money back.
I've gotten a little bit back.
How'd you get it back?
Past week.
How'd you get it back?
I contacted them, and I asked their Global Client Solutions, which is their money holder people.
How'd you pay them? Did you pay them by credit card?
No, I was paying them just direct deposit out of my checking account. I'm a disabled veteran. I get.
Listen, how much money did you get back?
I'm going to be getting 1,000, and I've got it right here.
No, you won't. You're not going to get it back. You're not going.
$1,445.67.
You're not going to get it back.
I'm supposed to be getting back as a check.
You won't.
Next week.
You won't. So, what are you calling about now? You guys need a bankruptcy.
Well, I've gone through and contacted the Mercantile Adjustment Bureau, who's the group that USAA uses to collect all their debt on their credit cards and other things, and I've settled the credit cards myself.
Excellent. How much did you settle for?
55% of the total of each credit card.
Did you have an amount? Did you have the money to pay it?
I didn't. So
well,
I'm
then
making automatic payments right now.
Oh, wait a minute.
Towards that.
They settled at 55% and are accepting payments?
For as long as they are within 1 year. So I have to pay off.
You got to pay everything off in a year.
In 12 months.
Are you going to be able to do it?
If I settle it. I think I can. My strategy here now is to take the smaller credit card, take the settlement for that right now, which I've done this month, and pay that for the rest of the year until that's settled. The total for that is a little bit over $7,000. So if I had just done this myself a year and a half ago, I could have already had this paid off.
Of course you have. But so what are you calling us about? It sounds like you're a smart guy and you're doing the right thing, Mac.
I'm just that's what I've been trying to do.
The only problem is you're not going to get your money back from the scammers. They're too slippery. We're just not going to get it back. They're crooks. They're criminals.
Yeah, I see that. I actually researched that too late at this point, obviously.
Yeah. What is the name of the company to warn others? What's the name of the company that contacted you?
Their name is Anchor Law Firm. You can Google them right now. They have the worst reviews I've ever seen.
Are they a real law firm?
And I don't know, but every single complaint or comment on there is that they're a scam. So I wish I had just done this at the time when I first was contacted by them, but that was a very emotional.
When you call Anchor Law Firm right now, what do they say?
Well, you are put on hold for about a half an hour, and then finally someone picks up and talks to you asking what you would like to do, and they don't really help you at all. They just say, oh, we'll get in contact with them. We'll send them an email. We're going to send them some information, and they should be getting back to you within X amount of business days or hours.
Every single review, except for one. I am an attorney with 9 years experience. I have worked with Anchor for 4 years. We take pride in our work. Yeah, so he's given himself a 5-star review. Yeah. Oh, my God.
It's a whole lot of nothing, essentially. They don't help at all.
All the attorneys that work there put in their own reviews. Listen, we got to do something about this. Let's call. Hey, try to call him, Nate. Try to get him on. I'm sorry. Other than warning others, you showed when people are down, they get kicked in the teeth, and they keep getting kicked. I mean, it's terrible. Let's talk. What's happening to Charles? His car was towed. What's going on, Charles?
No, not much. How are you?
I'm doing all right. When were you towed?
Friday night around 7:15.
What happened?
I've been staying at this motel for over almost 2 weeks now. It's right down the road from my job, Labor Max.
So you were parked, hold on, you were parked in a motel lot where you're staying?
Yes.
They should not have towed you then?
10 feet away from my door.
Well, why did they tow you if you've been staying there?
It had started raining that night, and my window had gotten busted out on the driver's side, passenger side. I mean, on the driver's side. And I was replacing the window, and it started pouring down rain on me. So I pulled the car out of, put it into neutral and let it roll backwards, and I rolled it just barely onto the edge of onto the sidewalk. And I left the car there so it wouldn't get poured in because I didn't have nothing to cover
I
the
see.
window up.
So were you considered illegally parked?
Yes.
Yeah, damn. So now what?
Well, they didn't even come to my room and try to warn me or anything. They straight lied to the tow company, said that they tried to warn me several times. No one came to my room.
Yeah, that's going to be your word against theirs. It sucks. What happened as a result? Are you now being charged outrageous fees?
Yes, sir.
How much?
Over $500 now. Over the weekend, Monday morning, it was $304. And then they found out that I had lodged a complaint with the Colorado Tow Commission in Denver. And
you mean the Public Utilities Commission?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then they were mad about that. They were talking to me about a payment plan before that. When they found out I lodged the complaint, then they tacked on another $150 for to inventory my car and to notify me that they had my car.
Yeah, they're not going to tell you they did it because you complained. They're going to tell you that's the law.
Yeah, that's exactly what they told me. I was on Facebook and I was asked. I got a fundraiser set up, and this lady come across there and gave me your name. That's why I contacted you guys. We're poor people. We moved here from Oklahoma 4 months ago.
What's the name of the tow company?
MNS Towing.
Yeah. You know, listen, man.
They've had several bad things happening. The midnight tow.
Yeah, listen. Here's the problem with tow companies. First of all, they're all going to have bad ratings because no one loves them. No one loves tow companies, okay?
Right.
No one does. And the other thing is this. The other thing is this. You almost cannot prove the opposite. The fact that they told you they're going to say you were illegally parked, I'll bet you they took a photograph, okay?
Yes, they did.
Okay. And you're not going to be able to argue it. That's the problem. And here's the other problem. While you're arguing it, it's going to become too expensive for you to get the car back.
Yeah,
I wish I could give you some magic words, unless it was an illegal tow. But trust me, these guys know better most of the time than to do an out-and-out illegal tow. What is the car worth?
It's a 96 Honda Accord, but I just rebuilt the motor and completely rebuilt everything underneath it.
Okay, so what is the bill today?
The bill today, if they tacked on the $450, it's right at probably a little over $500. Adding in the $30 tow fee from last night, or the $30 they charge you every 24 hours. Last night.
Do you have the money to get it?
No, sir, I don't. Not at all. I work day labor day to day, and we're living in motels. We moved up here from Oklahoma with $100 in our name.
But why would you move to one of the most expensive cost of living cities right now?
I was promised a job.
Oh.
And I moved here, and the job turned out to be a bad deal. The guy ran off with my paycheck after working for him for 2 weeks.
Oh, my God. You had nothing but bad luck.
Yes, sir. And I was just trying to get anything done, or your listeners out there, get on my Facebook page and do what they can to help donate, fundraise. I'm offering my services. If anybody will donate, I'll come and do some work for them.
Okay, listen. Yeah, you don't sound like a scammer. So what kind of work do you do?
I'm an ASA certified mechanic. I was a welder for almost 15 years before that.
Wait a minute. Are you a certified mechanic for autos?
I was, but my certification is up now. I just need to get recertified. Yes, sir.
You know, we know a lot of people looking for mechanics. You can even be a mechanic's helper while you're getting recertified.
Right, and the thing that's holding me back right now is the money for the tools. Most mechanics is once you have on tools.
Oh, man. Okay, here's the deal. You have a Facebook page, and you're asking for money on there, right?
Yes, sir. I have a fundraiser set up.
Can you do that through Facebook, yes?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
hold
pretty
on.
Sure. I mean, that's how I found out about it.
Hold on. Nate, get his Facebook page off the air, please. Hold on. We'll come back to you. Meanwhile, don't forget our Insurance Help Center. 303-771-HELP. Call for an insurance checkup. No matter what, it can't hurt you. Because if they can't beat the deal, they can't beat it. That means you got a great deal. They represent like I don't know, 25 carriers? 303-771-HELP. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Stick around.
Poor guy.
I know, one after another.
1 minute, Cracker Jack short. Cracker Jack short. When you drive across town, traveling up into the high country, give yourself a little bit of time. Westbound I-70 near Lookout Mountain, got a crash in a car fire that has the highway shut down. Now traffic is being detoured on and off the highway via the on-off ramps. So you're able to get by.
Well, yeah, what did the tow company do wrong?
Almost to the C470 interchange. If you got to travel up in the mountains, pack your patience or give yourself a little bit of extra time for certain. The weather forecast could be mostly sunny today. A slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms. A high 20 seconds. Cracker Jack short. It's partly cloudy in Denver and 70 with your traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30 K-How.
Put Revive at the top of your shopping list today. Apply Revive now to have the greenest lawn in your neighborhood while saving water and money. Revive's unique formula of powerful wetting agents, soil conditioning.
I tell this story, and it's true. I'm a customer of Cracker Jack Mud Jacking. They lift concrete, repair concrete, instead of replacing it. Sometimes it has to be replaced. Sometimes it doesn't. I was given a quote of about 18 grand to redo everything, but then I called Cracker Jack, and for $1,500, they repaired my concrete. Here's the best part. No matter what, you can't lose because it's a free estimate. I saved, what, 17 grand or more? It's 303-410-7787. 303-410-7787. CrackerJackMudjacking.com.
Indeed. We understand that when it comes to hiring, it's important to have a large talent pool to choose from. But sometimes too many good options can be overwhelming. That's why Indeed doesn't just get you access to a large pool of job seekers. We also offer screener tools that let you instantly narrow down your search. Hone in on hiring with Indeed. Experience Indeed for yourself today and get a free sponsored job.
So Peter, you can take them off during the breaks. There. It's not a big deal there. It's just...
You want a car nanny, someone who'll say, hey, time to get your oil changed, time to get this done, time to get that done. What about your air filter? What about your brakes? Hey, what about tires? It's been about that many miles. Pro Auto Care keeps track of your car like your nanny, or like your father used to do for you. 303proauto.com is the website. Here's another thing. Free roadside assistance in between every repair. Become part of the Pro Auto family. 2 locations, Highlands Ranch area, Littleton area, and of course, Denver. 303-PRO-AUTO.
You know that maintaining your home indoors and out means working with the best brands.
I'm on the phone with Anchor right now. I'm trying to get someone on the phone right now, man.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's talking to a lot of people about how he paid and got nothing.
And you can get your choice of a Craftsman 20-volt max cordless string trimmer or a Craftsman 2-tool 20-volt max power tool combo kit for $99.
Problem is, he's not on the air right now. He's not. I hope we have his number.
Offers valid through 6/26.
I have his phone number. I'll get him back on the air.
Alaska and Hawaii.
That would be good.
CBD oil and all the health CBD. But have you heard of Bluebird Botanicals?
So,
Bluebird Botanicals has a wide range of CBD products.
warm weather beats the hell out of me. I love the longer days. They energize me. But in general, I function better in the winter.
In the winter?
And fall.
Fall is my favorite.
Fall and winter. I love fall. Fall's my favorite. Winter I love too,
Yeah.
except for January or February.
It starts getting old at
The
that
tail
point.
end
Yeah, I agree.
kicks my ass, but I can't stand really hot sunny days.
But it's been a cool summer so far.
No, I've been liking it.
We haven't had much. I'm driving to Kansas after the show today, and it's 96 there.
Yeah.
Why the hell would you ever drive to Kansas?
I've got some family there. I've got to drive out there just for the weekend. Well, my daughter to make it worse, my daughter just got her permit and she's driving.
Okay.
So I'm having her drive out there. Yeah, that's the way I figured it.
Straight.
7 hours to get over there. So
She might start falling asleep.
I'll take over if that happens. Yeah, we won't get there until probably 10 or 11 tonight.
Let's see, today is Thursday, right?
Yeah.
and
Shit.
have a $2,000
Snuck up on me
savings
too.
at plumlineservices.com. That's plumlineservices.com.
Life-Certain Wealth Strategies provides financial planning with a focus on
How old is your
tax
oldest?
mitigation strategies for those in or near retirement.
14 now.
So it's close. You're getting close to
For
that.
license?
Yeah, for the permit.
Visit lifecertain.com
For
today
what?
to get
Permit
more
next
planning.
year.
Really, yeah.
Whether you're dating or looking for a job or just wanting to feel younger, for guys it's really important to have the best head of hair you can. Now for lots of guys, including me, the issue was losing hair toward the front works.
So Peter, do you have like one percentage that you charge, or how do you do your?
It works on a percentage basis.
Can help you like it
I don't charge for any money they already receive.
Okay.
It's just that if I don't get them anything, they don't owe me anything. There's no charges for anything. 100% contingency. I pay my own expenses.
There is a way to do
You know,
that.
so
Dr.
it's
Ken Lawson has
win-win for them.
Do you vary your percentages as far as how much you get, or how you do that?
Sometimes I do. When you're handling your claim, that's like 18, 20 million. You gotta lower your fee. I think that's done for it.
Now, what about do you do, our other guy, Paragon, he charges, he lets people go and get their best deal from the insurance and then only charges for what he collects over that if they wanted to. Or he'll take it from the beginning, either or. What do you do?
Well, I do it either way.
Yeah.
What I do, a lot of my commercial clients go to me first.
Yeah, well, that's different, commercial. But residential.
Even residential, some of them now come to me first because what happens with insurance companies, if you get a bad adjuster and he digs his heels in.
Hi, Tom Martino. You're a troubleshooter. Now, we have a public adjuster here today from the referral list. Peter Rodolfo, Claims Pro Public Adjusters. We believe in public adjusters. So if you have any questions, give us a call. We also have our insurance experts, Compass Insurance Group. And they deal with many, many insurance companies. And they're doing an insurance help center today. Do we have any examples of money savings yet?
Yeah, I have a couple.
All right, hold on now. Here's what I want to say. We have our experts from Compass on our helplines, 303-771-HELP, 771-4357. And they are giving you real-life comparisons to what you have in coverage and premiums to see if they can beat the deal or if you have a great deal. What do we have so far?
I'll just give you a couple that came up here. We have one that called in with Allstate right now for auto and home insurance. And we are quoting them or moving them to Safeco Insurance. They were paying $5,250 a year, $5,250 for their auto and home. We got it for $3,820, so it's $1,430.
More than $100 a month savings.
And we added an umbrella, and that's including adding a $1 million umbrella on top of it.
Think of that. They got $1 million umbrella on top of what they had and lowered their premiums more than $100 a month.
Yep. The other one I have here, they had their policy split between Geico and Farmers. They had their auto with Geico and their home with Farmers Insurance. We're paying $6,537. We just quoted it, added an umbrella again. They didn't have one before. Moved it to auto owners insurance and saved $2,778 a year.
More than $200 a month in savings. Can you believe that? And added an umbrella.
Yep. So those two I just wanted to share just because
they must be happy, happy, happy. So the number to call to save your money right now, there's nothing to lose. In fact, I can't believe that someone would not call because no matter what you have, you ought to check it. 303-771-HELP. 303-771-4357. We need to cut Ben loose until we get an answer for him. Ben is hanging on the line for our experts. We're trying to figure out, he wants to buy a place that has been designated a meth house. Okay, now what? What if he's willing to buy it and fix it all up and clean it up? Can you get undesignated as a meth house? You know what? We ought to try Frank Duran, the real estate man, also, and ask him a question. Just ask him if he's ever dealt with this before. If not, fine, but we ought to ask him. Meanwhile, Charles had his car towed. He's hard up right now. Listen, he moved in from out of town. We're going to give his Facebook page. You guys look at it to see if you want to donate some money to him. He needs money to get his car out. I believe the guy. And he also says he'll actually give you something in exchange because he's willing to work for that. Now, Charles, what's your Facebook?
Sorry.
Never mind. You got to hold on now because really we have very limited time. I'm sorry. I will give your Facebook out if you hang on. SimplyFloorsInc.com.
Go to that website, make your own appointment. You'll find a great company because it's owned by one guy who has put his heart and soul into it, and his philosophy is very simple. Make less profit, pass savings on to consumers, compete with the big guys, and beat their prices by 30 to 40%, and give them the same selection and better service. That's it in a nutshell with SimplyFloorsInc.com. You can stop by 52nd and Ward or just
So Peter, you got people working for you?
Yeah, and what we do a lot of public adjusters because I'm licensed in 14 states.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, so I'll have adjusters in Texas, for example. And we sort of network like that.
Gotcha.
But my company, there's 2 licensed public adjusters in Colorado and about 4 other employees that we use to sort of scope the damages on the building. They'll go out there, write a report, photograph everything, and just search for any damage that was missed in the original estimate.
You try it. What's your percentage of commercial to residential?
About, I get more residential than commercial,
Okay.
but I do get, the commercials are just big.
Those are the big ones, right?
Yeah, and, but I get a lot of residential. What I'm getting now is a lot of people with tile roofs, where, problem is they don't make them anymore. The type tile, they do, but the manufacturers on the houses that were built, say up to 2005, they're gone. Actually up to 2014.
So they're different? Oh, you just have to go out and lift.
You gotta find another tile company, but the thing is, none of them match.
So you gotta replace the whole roof then?
Yes, and the insurance companies fight on that, but the thing is, your insurance policy is like, kind, and quality.
Yeah.
And, you know, if they mix-match your roof, then they lower your property value, but there's no indemnification in that.
Gotcha. Tile, you think would be almost indestructible.
You get, big hail. I mean, it goes through all the lower, like small hail, half-inch hail. Very seldom will break it. When you get inch and a half, yeah, I had claims where they came through the roof into the living room. Yeah, you can get some big hail.
Not in Colorado here, or was that where?
Not in Colorado. I had one where it came through the roof, went through the sheeting, and through the drywall, landed in the living room. It was 2.5 inch hail.
Man, I can't believe 2.5 would come through that.
Yeah.
It's a crappy roof. Man, I just can't. 2.5.
Well, with hail,
big.
You could have 2.5 inch hail, and it hits you like a snowball, because it never really iced up. Then you could have
the hard side.
1 inch hail that did ice up, that'll do more damage.
All of the consumables of taking care of these folks when they are coming into our custody.
Damn, coming through.
You don't get that many times, but I do see a lot where they'll break the sheeting, crack it underneath, so you go in the attic and you look, and that needs to be replaced.
There you go. Just gotta move it now.
Oh, okay.
If you want to do some looking on the internet, you're welcome to do that too.
Nah, I'm good. I live on the computer, so not touching it is fine.
Just shows you what's going on and be able to look at that.
Pros do it right by relying on trusted brands every day, because your reputation depends on it. Lowe's is here to help by stocking more of those brands.
Up in the mountains, we usually get hail.
GAF or warning shingles every day.
Yeah, where in the mountains do you live?
Black Hawk. Now offer the little giant king combo ladder, the world's first step, extension, and leaning ladder.
So it's
giving you the flexibility to do just about any job for only $159.
On the
For your next job and every job after, do it right
Yeah,
for
because
less. Start with Lowe's.
they're lower, so it gets to rotate more.
Building relationships during recovery from mental and substance use disorders can put the strength of family.
Yeah, I handled a claim in Iowa, Corinda, Iowa. First place in Glen Miller, that was their fame, yeah. And they had a hailstorm there so big it put the bricks off the church.
For confidential information on mental and substance use
That's gotta
disorders,
kill a lot of
including
animals.
prevention and
Oh,
treatment
yeah.
referrals for you
Yeah,
or
it's a
someone
farm
you know.
area.
Call
All the crops are just
1-800-662-HELP.
flat.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
This forecast from the Denver Trial Lawyers Weather
Oh,
Center.
yeah. Oh, it's, hail can be pretty damaging. It seems to be getting, well, maybe just because it's getting more popular. It's getting worse in Colorado.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans is with you every step of the way to provide a seamless mortgage experience. Visit rocketmortgage.com. Licensed in all 50 states. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 3030.
Denver Egress Window. That's a company that puts in window wells and windows to help your family get out if you have an emergency. They really do a beautiful job. Now, what they do mostly is rebuild the old ones. Builders put in the cheapest windows possible. They can either rebuild them, they can put in one where you didn't have one at all, or they can make those little ones, they can make them bigger, or they can even dig out a basement. That's DenverEgressWindow.com, 720-626-4221, 720-626-4221.
It may not be stomach issues.
For me, it's intense gas, or pain, or diarrhea, sometimes all at once, over and over.
I spent years with the symptoms, but could never figure it out. No matter what I did, they never went away. So I decided to break it down to my doctor and get really specific about my symptoms.
We discovered that exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, may be the reason for my stomach issues.
EPI is caused by my pancreas. It leads to diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools. The symptoms just don't go away.
But EPI can show up.
Hey, Brian, do insurance companies ever do studies as far as like a swath where the worst hail comes through and people
Yeah. They keep track of it because when people make claims, they, the first thing they do is check to see if a hailstorm actually went through there at the time they were talking
But I mean,
about.
do they give people cheaper results and okay, it's not bad for you guys here? Like say up in the mountains, you get a lot less.
Oh, you're saying did the premiums? Yeah, the premiums would differentiate on Front Range. It's pretty much all the same. It's been awful around here, but it's but up in the mountains you have lower rates. Yeah, for that wind and hail. Yeah, because you just don't see the hail up there.
You find the pulse of the market to generate.
You have different losses that can occur up there, but
when it comes to Front Range, it's
the best sales price for your
from
product.
Fort Collins on down.
It used to be differentiated at I-25, and the storms over the last couple of years have made it so it's, Colorado Springs all the way up to Fort Collins have all had awful results, for claims right now. So
one big one they had, like say, so it was worse east. The premiums were higher east of I-25.
Right, and now that's changed. Yeah, well, Highlands Ranch and all that is gotten, Yeah. Yeah. This year hasn't been too bad yet, but we'll see.
It's early.
Yeah.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We are solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints, and today we have two very exciting guests today. Brian Burns from Compass Insurance Group is here to talk about insurance. They do homeowners insurance, casualty, and home and commercial, and here's the deal. They also do a help center for us, where you call and free of charge, they go over your insurance and what you're being charged. And here's what's great about these insurance checkups. The truth is always there to prevail. No one can BS numbers. In other words, I love when people say, I can beat that. Well, if you can, do it. Or they say, that's not a good deal, then prove it. In other words, if you get a free insurance checkup, Compass says we represent about 25 carriers. And we think we can get you a better deal, we can get you better coverage, we can get you better pricing, or not. You see? Because if you have a great deal, they'll tell you, you know what? That's a pretty good deal. That happens about 10 or 15% of the time. But the other people save loads of money. Just this morning, we're saving somebody over $200 a month. and giving them better coverage and an umbrella. Another one, over $100 a month. Can you imagine just one phone call saving you that money? Here's the help center where they're standing by right now, 303-771-HELP. We're going to keep it open till 4 today, 771-4357, 303-771-HELP. Meanwhile, if you have any direct questions for Brian, he's here. We also have another insurance expert, Peter Rodolfo. Now, he is a different kind of an expert. He's an adjuster, but he's a public adjuster. He's on our referral list with Claims Pro public adjusters. A public adjuster is someone you hire to work for you. So when you have a roof or water damage or something, rather than accepting what your insurance company says it's worth, you hire a public adjuster to fight for you, and they take a small percentage of what they collect. But we have to tell you, you'll never even feel the fee, because in almost every single case, the very least they do is double the claim in what we have found. Now, that's not a guarantee. But I want to know, why is it that a public adjuster can walk in, a good one, and almost always double the claim? Does that tell us insurance companies are always shortchanging us? What the hell gives, man?
Well, what I found is in the 90s, one of the insurance companies, one of the major companies, hired a consulting firm, the McKinsey Group out of New York, and they were paying like 55% of what they were paying out. They only had a 55% profit margin from the premiums. And this company, McKinsey, did a report, and the report came out saying that make them an offer, and if they take it, fine. If they don't, then you just make it, you delay, deny, defend. There's books written about it. Delay, deny, defend. And there's another book, From Good Hands to Boxing Gloves, which discusses this report. And basically what they did, they changed this insurance company's profit margin, where they were paying out they were able to keep 55% of the premiums. They're now keeping over 70% of the premiums.
Oh, but their reserves alone are bigger than most countries. They're,
yes. They're making good money out of it, doing it that way. So they all do it a little. And the thing is, you charge the premium for coverage.
Yes.
And
you're
entitled to that coverage.
And they never give you 100% of what you deserve, ever. They never do.
There are some insurance companies better than others.
Okay, tell me who you say, because you're in the biz, who you like and who you don't like. Who are the worst to deal with claims? That
I found is State Farm, American Family.
Yeah, of course. Allstate.
Allstate.
Yep. Fred Loya.
And Farmers.
See, all of them. They always come up. We always come up with that same list. Farmer, State Farm, Allstate, American Family, and Fred Loya.
Well,
always.
Allstate is the company that hired the McKinsey Group. And that book, From Good Hands to Boxing Gloves, their motto?
Yeah.
You're in good hands with Allstate?
Yeah.
This is about them and the McKinsey Group.
Now, let's talk about some of the best people you've dealt with.
USAA I found to be
great.
To be good. Travelers is good, that I found nationwide.
These are companies that you represent?
Not USAA, but yeah, the other two.
Yeah,
we have good luck with them as well.
Also Chubb, great company.
Chubb is excellent.
Auto Owners.
Yeah, we have good luck with auto owners. Acuity is a company we write, but we just have never had a problem with the claim. But
yeah, that's good. Okay, so people, you're going to learn a lot today. Charles had his car towed. Let's just put it this way. I mean, everyone has an excuse as to why, and I know that. But the car was probably illegally parked. I don't even want to go and argue. He's at a motel. He's down on his luck. He moved here from Oklahoma City on the promise of a job. And it was a scam. The guy took his money. But, Charles, are you currently working?
Yes, sir.
All right. How much are you making?
$11.10 an hour.
God, that can hardly pay for your motel.
Yeah, me and my wife both work at the same place. We flagged for traffic out of Castle Rock.
And you're trying to get better work, more work?
Yes, sir. We're just doing this right now until we get on our feet. And with this car, it stopped us both from working, so we're fixing to lose our motel room. We're fixing to lose everything.
And obviously, they won't arrange a payment plan. Once you get your car, they figure they'll never get paid.
They were going to until they found out that I had made a complaint with...
Hey, Nate, you want to call and try to negotiate something, see if they'll let it out, and maybe we'll tell them that you know, we'll vouch for the guy or something, and we'll do a check on the guy. Here's the deal. You have a Facebook page. So if we go to facebook.com and / how do we find your page?
It's under Tori Lynn, my wife's nickname and her middle name.
T-O-R-I. Yeah?
L-Y-N.
Torley?
Tori.
Tori, T-O-R-I, and then L-Y-N.
Yes, 2 N's.
N-N. Tori Lynn. So if we do that / it'll take us to you? Tori Lynn? Is it Tori Lynn Cherry?
No.
No, that's not it?
Lynn.
Okay, we can't find it because if you put in Tori Lynn, you come to that one. We're trying to find your Facebook page. Usually people have a handle on their Facebook page, makes it easy to find. So
we hardly ever, very rarely use it. We only use it when, you know, contacting family or something.
Why don't you set up a GoFundMe?
I don't know. I just now heard about that right before someone had texted me about that a while ago, but this fundraiser first came up while I was on Facebook earlier.
Okay. Here's the deal. Okay. We can't do this live on the air. So here's what I want, Nate. Give him a number to call back, but we have to clear up the line. He has to find an easy way for us to find him on Facebook. So he has to get the short handle. That's what you write in after facebook.com / what do you write in to find you. The way you find that is to go to your page and look and see what it says, all right? That's what you type in. For example, for ours, you go to facebook.com / referral list with one L. Referral ist. That's how you find us. So clear up that line, Nathan. Tell them how to get back in touch with us. Kathy, what's going on with you? Kathy, are you there? What's happening?
Yeah, I had hail damage in 2017. Contacted the company.
For a roofer?
It was a construction company.
How'd you find them?
I went on the internet.
What does that mean? I mean, but how'd you find them?
I searched on the internet.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And what did you find?
Well, they were great at first. Within a week, they were fixing the roof.
Did you check Did you check the company out?
Kind of. Yeah, I went online and looked them up.
Okay.
And I didn't see anything really.
What's the name of the company?
Hoffman Weber.
Hoffman Weber.
Construction.
And where are they out of?
I think they're down south, like Castle Rock or something like that.
Okay. And what happened?
Well, like I said, they did a really good job on the roof, and then the only damage on my siding was in the back of the house, and they said, well, we're going to try and get the whole house done because we can't match the color. Well, months went by before I heard back from anybody. And
how much were they paid?
Oh, I mean, it was like $13,000.
From you or from the insurance company?
Insurance company.
Okay, and how much is owed if they did everything according to contract?
Well, they haven't done anything.
If they did everything according to contract, what would they be owed?
My deductible, which is $1,000.
So they got paid everything but $1,000.
Right.
Oh, my goodness. And they did, how much of the job do they still have to do?
Well, they haven't done any of the siding. They did take some gutters down and didn't put them back up.
No siding, no gutters, what else?
That's pretty much it.
Okay. How much will that cost to fix?
Well, I'm looking at the estimates that, you know, that Allstate paid them from.
Yeah.
And I'm figuring around $2,150.
$2,150.
Yep, that's minus my deductible. Would be $3,150 if I had to add my deductible.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so we need to call these clowns.
Yeah, I've been trying to contact them.
Hoffman Weber.
Yeah, Nick Hoffman is the owner.
Nick Hoffman. Hold on a second. Let's call him up, Nate. See if we get a hold of him. Nick Hoffman. Okay. There's no excuse for this, but we hear it all the time, guys. We hear it all the time. 303-713-TALK.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
Heading up into the high country, pack your patience. Tom, 1 minute, Aurora Ortho.
Wow, we got great reviews.
I was going to say, it does have good reviews. Hoffman Weber does. I've never heard of them.
No, I know that.
You have any problems with them? Or?
Not really, but the problem you have with contractors, they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
Because Colorado doesn't have a matching law.
Yeah, right.
Doesn't have a what?
You don't have to match
the other parts of the house, the siding, you know.
So contractors go, well, it doesn't match. I never say it doesn't match. It doesn't indemnify the insured because the property values go down. Also, there's some case law with line of sight matters. So there's ways of going around that.
There's also coverage you can buy for matching siding now.
Yeah, there is extra.
Short. Let's talk about Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ, otherwise known as the New Orthodontics. Dr. Kent Lawson, remember that name, L-A-U-S-O-N. He pioneered an advanced orthodontic procedure that cuts the time in less than half. It also cuts the expense in less than half. It also gives better results. It also clears up sleep apnea, and it clears up TMJ. All with the New Orthodontics. He widens your palate, yes, as an adult. Wearing mouthpieces, it can be done. Then Invisalign braces. The entire process lasts only 2 years, and you get incredible, beautiful results. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. Remember, a fraction of the cost of regular orthodontics, better results, no sleep apneas anymore, no TMJ, no headaches. 303-690-0100. 303-690-0100.
Out of curiosity, on this particular one, it seemed like she was saying that she got the money for it, though, but they're just not doing the work. That they've been paid to do the matching, but they just aren't doing it.
Yeah, well, if they would tell, probably their estimate is saying that they were going to get the rest of it paid for. But yeah, it's hard to know until you see the insurance.
Right, you just don't know what happened. It sounds, based off her description, is that she gave them all the money that was paid, and they're just sitting on the money now and not doing it. But
let's talk about Fuller Law. That's a personal injury law firm. John Fuller is the attorney in charge there. John Fuller will give you advice when you need it the most. That's after an injury. Whether it's a traffic accident or any other way you've been injured, you think it's someone else's fault or you're not even sure, call him. 303-597-4500, free legal advice. Ask all questions you need. He wants you to have the right advice. He wants you to know if you have a case or not. 303-597-4500, Personal Injury CO for Colorado, personalinjuryco.com.
This is Corey Rose for the 9th annual Wishes and Heroes benefit concert.
I have to talk to you later. I'm buying a townhouse down here.
Oh, are you? Where's your office at?
Denver Tech Center.
It is?
Yeah, Union and Holster.
Yep. We're right there too, Tech Center area. Close to here. Yeah.
Food, beer, a bunch of my friends from 9 News. Get tickets on TicketWeb for just $20 or $25 at the door. Come on down to Breckenridge Brewery in Littleton on Saturday, June 22nd. See you there.
I went out to the Art of Granite, and I met Mitch. Came to America with $300 in his pocket. He starts working in granite and then decides to have his own place. Art of Granite supplies premier designer countertops and cabinets. A direct importer of stone, granite, and quartz, and other natural stone. He designs your countertops, and then you buy only enough granite to get it done. You don't have to buy the slab, or 2, or 3, and then he makes it beautiful with artistic edges, backdrops, and they also do, of course, other stones. They never mark up the stone ever. Visit their showroom in Golden. Get your wholesale countertop material, custom edges, sinks, cabinets, and you'll love the work they do. When you get a kitchen right now, he's going to throw in the bath for no charge. And he's going to show you how it's done the right way. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919. 303-386-5919. And online at artofgranite.net.
This is exactly what John wanted. All of you here in nature, sitting on logs instead of real chairs.
So, if you get any splinters, I think you know who to blame.
We all want to be remembered for what makes us, us. Bollinger Highland Mortuary and Cemetery, or any of our local Dignity Memorial providers, can help you celebrate a life beautifully and affordably. Visit denver.dignitymemorial.com/value to learn more.
Denver's Talk Station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Did we get a hold of Hoffman yet? Hoffman Weber, they have good reviews on the website. We're talking to them right now. There's really no excuse for Kathy having this job just half done. Or not half, but maybe just 75% done, whatever. The siding still needs to be done, and they just won't even call her back. Lack of communication. We also have our Insurance Help Center, 303-771-HELP. 771-4357. A free insurance checkup. Find out if you're paying too much. The good part about this is, for somebody to say they can beat the deal, they have to beat the deal. So math never lies. 303-771-HELP. We have an insurance adjuster with us, too. Public adjuster. If you need help on an insurance claim, give us a call. Let's talk to Mark. Mark, welcome. What's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Hey, what's going on?
Say, I am the executor of my brother's estate, and I'm trying to find a fair market value to liquidate one of the vehicles that he had.
Okay.
It's a 1977 Chevy pickup.
Now, why do you need a value, by the way?
To find the fair market value, I need to get rid of it.
Okay. A 77 what?
Chevy pickup.
Yeah.
1 ton, 1 ton dually, 4-wheel drive.
Have you called a good dealership, a good Chevy dealership?
It's in Idaho, and I'm here in Colorado, obviously. So you think I should call maybe a Chevy dealership there?
Call them anywhere. Call a few. I mean, Chevy dealers will know what they're worth. This is where there is no market. In other words, they dropped out of the books.
Right.
So you have to see what they're selling for, what comps are selling for. How many miles on it?
That I don't know.
Has the engine been done?
The engine was rebuilt about a decade ago, but the problem is the vehicle's been sat for like 3 years.
Are you looking to buy it?
No.
You just want to get rid of it?
Yes.
And it's your brother's?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? You just have to really. This is anybody's game. I mean, it's whatever somebody will pay for it, but it's also, I mean, it's a very rare bird. Not only a dually, but it's a 77.
Yeah, and I've been looking online for prices, and they range anywhere from $10,000
That's
to
right.
$30,000.
That's right. And
I don't
one that's
think
not running, one that's sat all that time, you might have to redo the engine. You don't know. I mean, really, it's a total wild card.
Okay.
How did you acquire? Is it through death?
Yes.
Well, then
I'm executor of his trust.
Okay. Well, then where's the money going?
It's going into a general fund and will be distributed to the rest of his survivors.
Then the cost doesn't matter as much as you think it does. I mean, the value. I mean, it's whatever somebody will pay for it. I mean, if you put it up for sale, make offer. It's not running. It hasn't run for how long?
Like 3-4 years.
Will it start up?
I don't want to start it just because I don't want to blow the thing up. Like I said, it's sat for 3-4 years while he was sick. But he always kept it in good running condition, and the body work is all really nice.
How's the interior?
Nice, good interior.
Okay, as I said, I hate to be so simplistic. It's worth what somebody will pay for it, and the only way to know that is to put it up for sale. It's not going to be as much as you think, because with the state sales like this, unless it's in pristine condition, it's basically somebody's going to have to fix it up.
Yeah, I agree.
You must have had something in mind, no?
Well, I was wondering, it certainly would be above salvage.
Yes, that's right.
But I don't think it's worth $10,000.
Well, I looked at one here for $1,000. it's $1,000 because it just sat there. I mean, it depends, man. I mean, really, it depends. I hate to be so, you know, it's whatever somebody will pay for it. Again, and the market matters. So in that market, they do want four-wheel drives. But then I've seen them for more than that. It depends on everything. And if you have a purist, they don't want something that has bad bodywork. But if somebody wants a project, maybe they'll do it. 303-713-TALK. Listen, as I said, the only thing you need to do is get three, to make sure you're doing your responsibilities, get 3 offers. You can throw out the high and the low. I wouldn't throw out the high, but I mean as far as knowing reasonable value. And then, of course, you're going to get all the scams who want to pay you more, and then, you know, you're going to send back the difference, and they're going to ship it. It's just all BS, so don't fall for any of those things. We're on the phone with that construction company for Kathy. Maybe we can find out where they are and why they're not completing the job. 303-713-TALK. Marlena, what's going on? Marlena.
Yes.
What's going on with you?
Just a bunch of false accusations and some bullcrap put on the air and on the news of the 2 arrests that were happening downtown yesterday.
Marlena, I'm having a little trouble understanding you. So, you saw something on the news yesterday. What was it?
It was actually my brother and my mother on the news yesterday. It was just a bunch of false accusations.
Oh, okay. What were your brother and mother accused of?
Second-degree assault, obviously, on a police officer.
Oh, I see. Were they arrested? Were they arrested?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Tom, I sent the news article to you.
Okay, so, thank you. So they were arrested. Did you read it, Dan?
Yes, I did. Yeah, he was accused of running outside of the courthouse when they tried to arrest him, and he bit the cop.
I see him. Is this the guy on the ground?
Yes.
And he bit the cop, and
that's what the news article
Yeah, they didn't even put his picture up because they had brutally attacked him.
2 arrested after man escapes from the courthouse. That's the story. 2 people were arrested Wednesday when a man attempted to flee the courthouse. He's Gregory, 28, right? And and then he was at the courthouse for a domestic violence case. He allegedly fled the building, refusing to stop. He ran.
Well, what they're saying on the article is that he had talked to a judge. He did not talk to a judge. He was 5 minutes late to the.
But those minor things don't have much to do with the substance of the case. In other words, I understand there might be some false things in the story or inaccurate things, but how do they affect the main substance of the case? He was arrested for fleeing, that's for sure, right?
Yes.
Okay, so how does what do they have wrong in the story that bothers you, and how does it affect your brother?
It doesn't only affect my brother, it affects my whole family because my children are watching this as well. My children were in the vehicle, the black Mazda, that they are saying that he had jumped in and his body was halfway in and halfway out. That is false right there because his arm was only around the door, the back door and the front, well, in between the back window and front window. So I don't get how the body is halfway in and out.
But he was leaving though. He was leaving.
What is that?
In other words, he was fleeing. He was in custody, and he tried to get away,
no,
or
he was not in custody.
Oh, he was not. Then I don't understand. If he was not in custody, if he was out on bail, then what was he fleeing from? I don't understand what they're talking about.
It's because he had gotten scared. This case has been going on for too long due to the fact of his ex-wife. He even has a restraining order on him
Okay.
her.
Well, obviously,
She's been harassing him so long.
with all domestic cases, there's a restraining order. But I guess what is the goal of your call? What are you trying to accomplish?
I just want this to be removed off of the news and air.
Well,
I mean, this is
that's the problem,
totally embarrassing
Marlena.
for my children. And
Marlena, here's the
myself.
problem. Please, I can tell you this from being in the public eye. You're not going to get anything removed at all, because if the police say this is what happened, the news organizations report what the police say, whether it's accurate or not. They say, police say he ran into a car. If he didn't run into a car, it's not the news
So what the police are saying is just about my mother and how he flee or whatever. Okay, well then why is his picture not posted, a mugshot picture of him? Because he was brutally attacked by a police officer more than once. His face was pounded into the freaking concrete.
Do you guys have an attorney?
Right now we're just waiting for them to go to court actually today at 1:30.
Do you have an attorney?
Right now we don't know.
Well,
I don't know what's going on right now.
They need an attorney, Marlena, to make their case.
Okay, yeah, well, we're going to try to get this out of the way because this is just...
But you're not...
Just because you're a police officer doesn't mean you can brutally attack a citizen.
That's right, Marlena. They can't brutally attack a citizen if that's what they did. But
I think personally, why isn't his picture on the internet, on the news or whatnot, because of the brutal attack of the police officers. Right. There's more than one police officer, and more than 2 times pounding his face onto the concrete street. I mean... So let's hide the attack of the police officers. Let's cover up the police officers.
You're saying they used undue force, right? That's what you're saying. Marlena, really, truly, if you feel they've used undue force and went beyond what they should, and everyone thinks that, I mean, they really do. Police have a job to do. I don't even understand why someone is arrested for leaving a case. I don't understand that part. But he needs a defense attorney, Marlena. You don't just go in and try to get things off the news and try to get things your way. You have to go through the system. It sucks. But and news organizations, if somebody says he did this or he did that, according to police, he did this or he did that, that's what they're reporting. If the police are wrong, that's different. You have to talk to them. But they usually don't change their rendition of facts. And then you have a different rendition, or your brother does. That's what courts are for.
This report is sponsored by...
Tom, 1 minute, Centeno long.
Did you guys see that Costco
The high
shooting
country
in
California
California?
remains closed.
What?
Guaranteed those police are one-sided what they're reporting there.
What happened at Costco? The police there.
The police killed the guy, autistic guy, 13-year-old autistic, and shot his 2 parents. And they're in critical condition in the hospital. In Costco, standing in the...
Why'd they kill him?
He said they knocked him down. He was unconscious, and when he woke up, he just started. It was him, or he was going to get killed. He said.
Why did they kill him?
This is so one-sided. The story.
Meaning what? It's one-sided against the police.
It's the only thing that they're reporting is from the cop's lawyer.
Tools by trading in your old ones. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how at participating Napa Auto Parts stores. While supplies last, offer ends June 30th.
You've heard it.
Do you know that pain is one of the most critical things people face as they grow older? Because it's just something that doesn't always have a direct correlation with an injury. It could be arthritis, it could be overall pain. So many people have sought out treatment for pain. Many of them have been ripped off because they've gone to chiropractors who are saying they do stem cell therapy, when in reality they do not. In fact, I do not know of one chiropractic clinic that has true living stem cell therapy. Not one. And I am saying this on the air and challenging them to call me or sue me if they don't believe you. Centeno Schultz is the real deal. MDs, True Living Stem Cells. TheStemCellExperts.com. 303 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201.
Yeah, the undercover police officer said he was getting food sample or something for his kid, and then he was attacked and briefly knocked out. So he got up and started shooting. It's kind of what it is, isn't it?
That's what he
horrible.
said.
Yeah.
He said he feared for his life.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds really
And he killed
strange.
the guy.
Killed the guy and shot two older parents. The parents were like in their 60s.
Whole House fans, have you heard of him? Or Attic fans, have you heard of him? I just got QC Colorado installed. That stands for Quiet Cool, because it's a remotely mounted fan with a small duct into a grill in your top level ceiling. It's all wireless. All they do is go up in your attic and install it in less than an hour. They wire it to a smoke detector or a light, and it is the most amazing product you will find because you get almost instant results. I'm hardly using my air conditioner at all. QCColorado.com, 720-398-4510. As I said, it's one of the most important purchases I have made because it saves in energy bills. It makes the house more comfortable and healthier with air exchanges. And you feel that beautiful, cool air in the morning and evening. 720-398-4510, 720-398-4510, QCColorado.com.
There's a time in your life when you should have it all. It's in retirement.
And I haven't heard any witness of his story. Of
So people haven't come forward and talked.
Well, they're interviewing him. They probably tell him not to say anything. But one witness says, no, he wasn't holding the child. The wife was holding the child.
So they'll start by protecting.
Yeah, it sounds almost. I mean, yeah, something's weird with this.
He already hired a lawyer.
Yeah, right. The second it happened, I'm sure.
And then he said he had to go to the hospital.
So the whole family's wiped out, though, right?
Right.
But yeah, just one is actually dead. But yeah,
two are critical in ICU.
The guy that shot is in trouble.
And they only have it on
Do we have garage floor coatings on our on a referral list, right? Do we have like epoxy floors? Do we have a floor coating?
Floor coating?
Floor coatings.
For garages, you know,
on the
the
referral
epoxy.
list.
I don't think so.
Can you search for it?
I've never heard of it. I'll search for it.
APOfinancial.com. That's APOfinancial.com.
I thought we did, but
Sometimes it's just paint places do it, don't they? Do you have a painting contractor that does it?
You're talking about the stuff that you had done in yours, right?
yeah. Let me just put here.
This month, save 30% on windows, siding, and doors at K&H Home Solutions, a company I know and trust and have used on my home. Hello, I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. K&H routinely beats the market on pricing, and now you know.
Looks like you have someone on there to take the call, an expert.
Yeah, Garage Kings.
Garage Kings.
Is that our guy, Garage Kings? Is that our guy?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And get early summer savings.
He's got it already. Then.
That's who did
Floor.
yours?
Huh?
That's who did yours?
No.
KHWindows.com.
Ankmar Garage
I don't
Doors
know.
at Ankmar.com. Everything doors since 1956.
Garage Kings, there they are, yeah. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. Don't forget our help center for insurance, 303-771-HELP. Do we have any more examples of savings?
We do.
And it's on till 4 o'clock, 771-4357, where you compare the coverage you have, what you're paying, and if they can beat it, they beat it. And that's what I say, numbers never lie. Well, give me a great example.
Well, we started the show by kind of talking about one of the main issues are that insurance companies at renewal will remove coverage for the roof or put actual cash value or raise deductibles. So
which can be devastating.
Yeah, it's because people don't necessarily know, and so because they don't always read their policy. But so we've had several calls about that. A couple examples or 3 examples here. We moved someone from Farmers to Acuity. They had actual cash value on the roof, and the roof was almost 20 years old. It was, and so they were going to be responsible for the majority of that roof.
Yes.
We moved them to Acuity and did replacement cost and saved them $500 on top.
Wow, that's incredible.
So, we did that one.
Better coverage, less money.
Yeah, another one we moved from Geico to Nationwide. and they had a 1% wind and hail deductible, so it equated to $6,800. We moved them to a $2,500 deductible and saved them, saved them $1,825 a year on the auto, home, and umbrella. So
very good.
Yeah.
Great. Now, we have somebody who wants to ask about a garage floor. Go ahead, Edward.
Hey, Tom. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. What's going on?
Well, Tom, I have my floor has some leaking in the garage. It's kind of a two-part question. I have some leaking in my garage, and it's effervescence, I think it's called. It's white, powdery stuff.
You mean coming up from
the... Yes, it's coming up from the surface, and it looked like I have been carpet bombed in here in certain spots.
Huh.
What do I need to do before I seal this thing?
Okay, so you're getting a chalky, powdery stuff, and that's the outgassing of the concrete, right?
Yeah.
How old is that concrete?
It's probably, this place is old and crappy. It's like in the 70s.
How and is this a powder that you can sweep up?
Yes, it looks like it's just the Portland cement coming up off the floor.
Really? Okay. How long has it been going on?
Well, this year I just really started noticing it.
So if you sweep it up, will it come back?
You know, I just swept the other day, and I don't see any residue or anything today. I've swept about
but
last
is it
week.
off?
I don't see
Is it off color where that powder comes up? Is it off color?
No, it's the same color as the float on the top of the concrete.
Really? That's weird. That's weird. But
That's what
once
I'm
you
thinking, too.
but I guess my obvious question is, you sweep it up, and if it doesn't come back, why do you have to seal it?
Because I have part marks. It looked like I've been carpet bombed in here.
What kind of marks?
Part marks. It's little divots in the concrete.
So it's actually spalling a little. The surface is coming off.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk to Tony. Tony is with Garage Kings on my referral list at referralist.com. Tony, do you know what he's talking about?
Tom, yeah, we see that a lot in neighborhoods and in houses in Colorado. Typically, it's due to the mag chloride that they put down on the roads and highways in the winter. When that mag chloride sits on top of that concrete, then it causes that pitting and falling.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys do about it?
So, Tom, we recommend, sealing the concrete. Obviously, that's what we do. We have a diamond grinder that we come in and we would diamond grind the entire top surface.
Yeah.
And then where it's pitting and stuff, we've got a product that we use. It's a 2-part poly product that we use. And we cover all those pits, and then we grind that down to where it's nice and smooth so you can't see the pits.
Oh, very cool. That's very cool. How much a foot roughly would that run?
We're anywhere from $5 to $7 a square foot to do the coatings. It just kind of depends on what the customer
when it's done, you're talking about a beautiful coating.
Oh, beautiful, yeah. 21-year guarantee, adhesion guarantee backed by the Garage Kings national brand. So it's a good warranty system that they have. And, it's a beautiful floor. The finish is incredible.
See, depending on how far you want to go, Edward,
I'm here.
That's what they do is pretty cool, depending on how far you want to go. That's what I would have for my garage, a coating. But if you just want to seal it, you can literally just seal it. I mean, but these guys grind it down, level it, fill it, grind it again, and then coat it.
Right. I have a second question. Thanks for that answer.
Yeah.
Now, I have outside, I'm an association.
Yeah.
I went to them because I had some drainage problems.
All right, hold on. Garage Kings, by the way, just quickly, thank you. I'll let him go. They're on the referral list, referralist.com. Garage Kings, 720-252-0370. They're really good guys. 720-252-0370. So, okay, what did you ask your association?
Well, what happened is my garage faced north, so I don't get a lot of light to melt the snow runoff through my the downspout. The downspout is in between two garages.
Yeah.
There's an ice dam that creates a problem. It creates almost like a skating rink,
right? Because
they level they didn't put a they level it off to the level of my garage.
I got it. Yeah.
So there's ice building up, and the landscapers come through and try to chip the ice up, and the guys came out with a pick last year, and they couldn't get the ice off of the driveway. My wife is getting ready to have some surgery on her back, and I don't want her coming out here slipping on this. What recourse do I have to get the association to try to do something about it?
Is that association property?
Yes, it is. I am in an association.
I don't know, actually. I mean, if a dangerous situation exists and they know about it and they don't do anything, then they could be liable for injuries. You need to warn them about it, but I'm not sure you can make them do anything if it's on common property. The only thing you can do is warn them, and once it's officially a warning, you can tell them now that it's an official warning and they're aware of it. If any injuries happen, they're exposed. And you can tell that to the board, to the management company, and they'll most likely do something about it.
Okay, I can do that because I have pictures of the guys out here with ice picks.
Well, you need to do that. You need to send them a letter. Don't just say it. Send it a letter. And make sure it's addressed to all of the major people on the board and the management company, and tell them that they can be held liable now that they know about it.
Okay, Tom.
This report is sponsored by Wyndham Hotels and Resorts.
Tom, 1 minute. Plumb line short. Plumb line short. Westbound I-70 has reopened at Lookout Mountain. It had been shut down for a while due to a crash and a car fire. They got it cleared out of the way, and all lanes have reopened. So if you're traveling up in the high country, still residual backup.
So how did you get a 20-year-old? Because I thought they were going
on the front.
It was just under 20.
Back in town,
If it's over 20, they still have a couple companies that will do it. A lot of companies, if it's 20-year-old version,
avoid the area for now.
If you go in there before, will they keep on covering it after it hits 20? If you get insurance
some companies, others like Peter was talking about, will go ACV after a certain number of years, 15 years or 20.
With more than 6,000 hotels across the country, including La Quinta, Days Inn, and Super 8, a great hotel by Wyndham is closer than you think. Find one near you and book direct at...
Here's one of the easiest specials to really understand. Plumbline Services, by the way, they do plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. And when it comes to drains, they have their own drain division, their own equipment. They will clear your drain for $93 or it's free. $93 or the call is free. But with that free call, you get a complete estimate of exactly what's wrong. And that's $93 or free. 303-586-1086. 303-586-1086.
And if you're like me, you want to get your carpets cleaned, but you don't want to spend too much, and DIYing it with one of those dirty machines from the hardware store? I don't think so. I want the job done right and for the right price. So how about $249 for your whole house? That's what Be Green Carpet Cleaning is offering my listeners. Book your carpet cleaning online at BeGreenCarpetCleaning.com. They'll call you, go over everything you need. It's easy and affordable. The whole house for $249 at BeGreenCarpetCleaning.com. Be Green, smarter, safer services.
Let's talk about Buy and Build Kitchen and Bath. Buy and Build Kitchen and Bath. That's the new Buy and Build. They moved from 4800 Washington Street. They're right now on 560 South Lipan with great deals on cabinets, vanities, and of course all of the countertops and vanity tops, and they do installation too, and plumbing fixtures. 303-295-6022. Check them out at buyandbuild.net. That's buyandbuild.net. Now at 560 South Lipan, just west of I-25. You take Alameda to Lipan and then 2 blocks south.
Summer guy, too hot.
How much time?
Not a big winter guy either. Too cold. My favorite season? Safety season. Because it's every season. 24/7, 365. For all things safety, I trust Grainger.
I can't believe we can't
have the safety
we
solutions
can't get
and
this damn
expertise to help keep your facility safe and your people safer all year long.
Yeah, I thought they were on the phone. What happened with
Change,
that?
But Grainger's always
Hoffman?
Hoffman. Yeah, no.
Grainger.
Did you talk to Hoffman?
Get it done.
At Walgreens.
Nick said he was in a meeting, but I left him a voicemail, so that's really all I got.
Walgreens every day to get expert diabetes advice 24/7.
Find all
So I
major
talked to
brands
her,
of
that Kathy,
like
and she
Walgreens,
said
International,
Spoke to his
in-store
assistant.
and online.
they were
And
arguing with the
download
insurance
tools
company.
to
The
stay on
insurance
track,
company
like
says
our
you got
5-star
everything that
mobile
you're
app
going to
with
get.
Silver Money.
So it's kind of what you were just talking about, Peter.
Yeah, contractors can't deal with them. The problem is, you're saying the 2017 storm may be at the, there's time constraints on policies.
Yeah.
And that's why
By the way, that
contractors,
Anchor law firm is a total scam. Call and you're just put on hold. So that's it.
yeah.
It is a
So find out the date of loss stuff.
Well,
2007.
But they should be able to do it in a supplemental if they needed more.
Not anymore. The insurance company, there's nothing really to hold them to now, and it's all state.
Oh, they're tough on it.
Yeah, it's all said.
Yeah, it's going to be.
It's like Peter was saying, the matching siding, you'd have to come at it at an angle that they would cover, because it's not, they're not going to cover matching siding.
Yeah, not in Colorado.
But he hasn't even done the siding though.
Yeah,
He hasn't, but he's saying he hasn't been paid for it.
Well, I thought you got 13 grand.
That's what it sounded like to me too, but now it sounds like.
Do you want me to talk with Kathy and clear that line, and then we can just get back with her, or what do you want to do?
Because we don't really know exactly what the
Keep on
problem
checkout
is.
to keep up with what matters. Martino Now, Hannity at 1 on Denver's Talk Station, 630 K.
A lot of homeowners have no idea, and that can be a problem. Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky for American Financing. Today's rates are the lowest
you wouldn't
they've been in
go
over a year.
back
And a
in
lower rate can
2017.
put
Oh, wait.
hundreds back
How
in
many
your
years
monthly
you got?
budget
You got 2
and
years?
save you thousands in interest over the life of your loan, sometimes tens of thousands. So make today the day you call American Financing. A salary-based mortgage consultant can provide you a free mortgage review and help you find the best option for you. No pressure, no obligation, and no upfront fees ever. You know what else? American Financing doesn't start your loan term over, so you choose your refinance benefits and how long you want your term to be. Don't put a
How long
mortgage
you got?
refinance off any
Let's say
longer.
this is
Just think of what
2017,
you
if it's
could
been
do
2
with the
years,
extra
and
money.
they go
And
back
then give
and-
them a
There's
call
things-
at
I have to read the policy.
303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000. Online at
She just needs to
AmericanFinancing.net.
get her work done. She doesn't have her gutters up. That's terrible. She can get water in the house.
No.
I got to go to the Hormone Bros. Their exact address. Do you know where it is? Anna? Let's see here.
It's right off. What's it, Ken Carroll.
They normally come here, but I can't wait this time. I have to go there because my stuff came in. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. This hour brought to you by the people who really take care of you at One Clear Choice Garage Doors. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. They have the most amazing openers. I have the Sidewinder. That's the one that goes on the side. You don't even see it. It's a little box on the side. It almost doesn't look strong enough to lift a door. And you have nothing on the ceiling. It's such a cool option. But they have all kinds of door openers, starting at just $333. OneClearChoiceDoors.com. Okay, so we have a lot going on here. And we have the Insurance Help Center going on, 303-771-HELP. Plus, we have our public adjuster here, and we have Compass Insurance here. I want to get to the phones. People have been waiting. Marlena. So, Marlena, wait a minute. Did we take Marlena? Okay, Marlena, go ahead. Sorry. Marlena, is this the one? Marlena, this is the one we just took, right? She's not there anymore. So, I thought I told her what to do, and she needs to call Joe Lazara, criminal defense attorney. Okay? Don't panic. If you have had an issue and you need help, call us and we will get to you. 303-713-TALK. Tyrone, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing, Tom? Nice.
How can we help you, man?
Have me on the line.
How can we help?
There was a guy on your show just a few minutes ago. He was trying to sell a dually, a 77 dually.
Right. He said he had a 77 dually, his brother's estate.
It's in Idaho, though.
Yeah, it's in Idaho. But the guys I'm about to tell you about are the Diesel brothers out of Salt Lake City, Utah. They have a TV show.
Yes.
And they also they restore those kind of deals there, and they actually, you know, convert, you know, older cars and trucks into diesels. And when they're done with them, they either give them away or sell them. And if he can get a hold of those guys, he can probably be a good tribute to that show, or just, you know, for someone else, you know, with that truck.
Well, thank you, the Diesel Brothers, and I'm sure he's listening. Martin, what's happening? Is this Martin?
Yeah, it is. How you doing today?
Good, man.
Thanks for taking my call.
Now, you're renting an apartment?
Yeah.
And there was a flood?
Yeah, we had that hailstorm on June 4th out at Parker and 225, and the water seeped into my apartment when I got home the next morning at 1:30.
And what's going on now? What's going on now?
Well, they put blowers in there. I couldn't stay there for 4 days because it was all humid.
Are you getting credit for that?
No, I don't know yet.
You should.
They just went in today to look at it. About a week ago, they
Yes.
They tore out part of the wall.
All right, hold on. Let's continue this, okay, and see what we can do to help you. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up. Mike, you hang in with your refrigerator and more on the Troubleshooter Show. I know what you're going to do. You're going to Google if you're looking for a vehicle like an RV. I know you will. And you know what you're going to find? Crazy low prices. Guess where a lot of people from all over the country come to? They come to Century RV, and you can too. 2 locations out west of the city, just north of 6th Avenue between Kipling and Sims, next to Woodley's. And then you have a Century RV up north on the 119 turnoff to Longmont and I-25. That's CenturyRV.com, 303-453-1111.
Running out of money is the #1 fear for retirees today. Hi, I'm Linda Gardner, host of Your Money, Your Retirement, every Saturday on 630 KHOW. If you want to secure your retirement future, you need to start with a written plan. Together, let's create a plan to make sure your money lasts as long as you do. Call 720-488-8604. That's 720-488-8604. Or online at yourmoneyyourretirement.com.
Flexident of Colorado.com. A great place to get your car fixed. If you don't have paint damage, it doesn't take away from the value because they don't touch the paint. You don't even know they did it, and he doesn't report to Carfax. That's right. If he fixes it, it's like new. So go to Flexident if you have any hail damage or dings. It's 303-619-6273. Look for Flexident of Colorado.com. Flexident of Colorado.com. And on my referral list at referrallist.com.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. With Ross Kaminsky mornings, Dan Kaplis afternoons at 4, KHOW, Denver.
Tensions high over Iran. I'm Rich Dennison, Fox News. President Trump asked a short time ago if there would be a military response to Iran shooting down an unmanned drone near the Strait of Hormuz. We're going to find out. They made a very big mistake. Fox's John Deckers at the White House.
The president in the Oval Office giving every indication that Iran's shooting down of a U.S. Global Hawk drone as it flew in international airspace over the Strait of Hormuz will not go unpunished.
This is a new wrinkle. This is a new fly in the ointment.
I hope that doesn't go any further.
And this country will not stand for it. That I can tell you.
The president said he did not believe the action by the Iranian military was intentional, theorizing that a member of the Iran Revolutionary Guard did not have authorization to shoot down a U.S. drone. Rich?
Big question there, was it over their airspace?
It said international.
It wasn't international?
And that's what it said just now.
Because our ad says it was over them.
Yeah.
It's in the map, and they specifically, it was over the country.
I think it's a dangerous situation, high tension.
Of course, they said they didn't. Here's a hormone bros address there.
You said King Carroll is where it's at?
Yeah.
So that's over by me.
470 in King Carroll.
Yeah, I know. It's right over by my house.
We're close to, what's that, Beaver Creek Golf Course?
Uh-huh.
So it's only a block from there.
Yeah.
Where's your office?
Well, my office is just down the road. I'm at
Kathy,
Yosemite and Dry Creek.
I just told her like, hey, we'll, you know, we have your contact information. We'll get back the.
Yeah, get her number and
keep in
stuff.
touch with
Because this will be, I think, kind of easy. She's got to get her. It's crazy that they don't even put the gutters on.
Enjoying yourself, Peter?
Yeah.
Awesome, man. You sound great. We actually have a caller in has a question about some insurance stuff related.
Is that the flood one that we were just talking about?
This one.
Oh no,
this one's
actually top one.
Totally. Yeah. It's the top one. His name's Jeff. Wow. It's great. Do you want me to email you that, like your information?
That'd be great.
Have all that?
That'd be great. Yeah. I don't have her number, no.
Okay.
Plus, save $20 on select Harbor Breeze ceiling fans, now just $49.98. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. All 6.3 US only.
Building relationships during recovery from mental and substance use disorders can put the strength of family and community behind you. We're all connected, offering encouragement, support. Join the Voices for Recovery. Strengthen families and communities.
For confidential information on mental and substance use disorders, including prevention and treatment referrals for you or someone you know, call 1-800-662-HELP. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health
This
Insurance.
forecast from the
20 seconds, K&H long.
88. Tonight, partly cloudy and a low of 56. Increasing clouds tomorrow with a high of 75. Saturday, mostly cloudy and a high near 70.
This report is sponsored by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans is with you every step of the way to provide a seamless mortgage experience. Visit rocketmortgage.com. Licensed in all 50 states. Equal housing lender. NMLS number.
Let's talk about your windows, siding, and doors. I recommend K&H Home Solutions. They're great people. 303-421-7100. But there's more to it. You get 30% off that package of window, siding, and doors this month. You have to mention Martino to get an extra 10% off entry doors. So you get 30% off their normal pricing on window, siding, and doors, and then the entry doors an extra 10% off for a total of 40% if you mention my name or any version of my name. You like Pain in the Ass, or Troubleshooter, or Shooter, or Trouble, or Tom. 303-421-7100. They prefer you make your own appointment online. You can do that. A free, no obligation in-home appointment. They'll bring the samples, khwindows.com. That's khwindows.com. And K&H Home Solutions is a company that doesn't have high-pressure sales. They are great. They have good products, and you will enjoy the visit and learn a lot about your home. khwindows.com.
Mutual Insurance presents. Doug, is that your pet emo?
He's my partner, Liam. We're here to tell you that Liberty Mutual customizes your car.
So this guy that got his ass kicked by the police.
Is he only an emu because it rhymes with Limu, as in Liberty?
She wouldn't really, when I talked to her, it was really hard to hear.
Yeah, I know, because she's pissed off.
He was late or something, so probably the judge issued a bench warrant.
And they arrested him, wanted to arrest him right away. He took off.
Yeah,
And they,
because she said he was just 5 minutes late. So if you're late, you know, the judge calls the case, and you're not there to issue a bench warrant. So he was probably getting arrested on the bench warrant.
How could it be that 3 grandkids are not working in the business? Jeez, we didn't hear from
how did they need to?
Yeah, because it doesn't make sense. If he's out on bail and he shows up and then he decides to leave.
Yeah, the bench warrant is rescinded. I mean, the bail is rescinded once the bench warrant is issued.
Our performance speaks for
Bail
itself.
gets
Whether
forfeited.
it's kitchens, baths, counters, or floors, or even replacement windows and doors, they have our word. We'll treat them right.
She said they're going back today, right?
She had to go back for her mom. I think they arrested her mom too, or gave her a warrant because she was the one in the car.
Because he was getting into the car?
Yes. In fact, I looked up and it's gone now. It had her mom's picture.
303-722-2295.
With more than 6,000 hotels across the country, including La Quinta, Days Inn, and Super 8, a great hotel by Wyndham is closer than you
I just think that
Find
Costco
one near
thing,
you
I look at
and book
that,
direct
that's
at WyndhamHotels.com.
Frank Durant, the real estate man. Whether buying or selling, you can't do better.
You get the full benefits of my team and full team support, but I personally touch every deal, and I negotiate the deal personally for you when you list your property with me.
He sells
Oh, you hear that? They
for
talk
more
about tearing
money.
the
For
Columbine
example, on
school
a recent
down?
deal,
Is that
we
stupid
sold
or is that stupid?
$53,000
They're not gonna do
over
it.
the asking price and $18,000 over the appraised value.
They won't do
The real
it.
estate man with
What
Remax
a
Alliance.
waste of money.
303-920-1622.
Unless the school is that old that needs to be
It doesn't. It's not for old. It's because it's like a memorial. It's people come there constantly just to look at it like it's a sightseeing thing, I guess. But
So they built a new school at the same spot?
no, it would be moved back to where the football field is now. About
pretty close.
Oh yeah, same area.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
I graduated from there. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere. We love doing what we do. I hope you get that message. You know, over the years, like 40 years in Denver, nearly 40 years in Denver, longer elsewhere, altogether 40 some odd years. It's amazing, 45 years. So what we're doing is we are solving problems every day. That's how you sum it up. Obviously, you're going to find two camps. Camp Martino, they love what I do because I helped them or their family members, or they like hearing what we do. Then you have Camp Hate Martino, and that's just the opposite, okay? These are the people that we've gone after, or people that just don't, they do similar bad things and just don't like the idea that I go after them, or people like them. Then you have people who think they know me based on my persona on radio and just don't like me. So that's fine. Now, no matter whether you like me or not, referralist.com is for real because we police the hell out of these people, and we have good people on there. We have a public adjuster on there right now who's on the show with us today. He's a public adjuster, Peter. He's an ex-cop from New York, and he does claims pro public adjusters. He represents policyholders against insurance companies to make sure you get the most for your claim. Then we also have Brian Burns, who's with Compass Insurance Group. They're doing an insurance help center today. That means you call up their place and say, hey, you call up the helpline we've established and say, hey, I have 3 cars, I have a house, this is what I pay, what do you think? They say, wait a minute, this is a bad deductible, you got actual cash value, you're going to lose money, we can get you a new policy, this is how much it's going to cost. If they can't beat the deal, they'll tell you. Then you make up your mind. So the help center right now till 4 o'clock today, pass this word around. It's 303-771-HELP, 303-771-4357. Speaking of our insurance adjuster, Jeff has a question for our public adjuster. Go ahead, Jeff. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Tom. I heard you say, Tom, earlier that contractors, when it comes to fixing my home, they can't necessarily negotiate with my insurance company.
They're not allowed to.
I've have several of them tell me that they do and that they would.
No, they explain what they're doing, but if the insurance company says, we don't believe he needs this, they're not supposed to negotiate anything with the insurance company on that.
Well, that makes sense to me, yeah.
Okay, but they can say, here's what we think he needs based on our contract, and explain the contract to them, but they can't negotiate beyond that. But did you have a question for our public adjuster?
Sure, a question for Peter. Let's say that, for example, I have a $10,000 price tag from my insurance company, and Peter comes and represents me and finds that there's maybe $50,000 worth of work that needs to be done. Him representing me to the insurance company, how does he just negotiates with them? Do we have to sue the insurance company to get him to pay more? How does that part of it work exactly?
No, a lawsuit is the last thing you want to get into. Basically, what we do is we come out there. I need to review your policy to see what your coverages are, review what they agreed to pay on so far, and then after looking at your property, I can determine if I can help you. And if I can, then what I do, we send a notice of representation into the insurance company, and then I start providing them with estimates, and they'll get an adjuster to call me, and we start working out the claim details. There's a lot of other...
And then he only takes the boost. However much more he got is what he takes his commission on, and how much, what percent?
10%.
10%. And you almost always don't even notice it.
Well, that's great news. Yeah, that sounds exactly like what I need, so I'll be giving Peter a call.
What kind of damage do you have?
Roof damage, but I have a gabled roof that has damage, and I have a flat rubber roof that I believe has damage, but my insurance company does not. And so we're kind of at a stalemate there.
Right. With a rubber roof is an EPDM roof, and what it is basically with that, the way you find the damage is you have this, it's a machine, computerized, and it goes over the roof, and it'll sort of read down 4 inches underneath the EPDM, and you can find the damages like that. So we have that with our company. So
now here's another thing, Jeff. Here's another thing, Jeff. The most money they'll get is when it comes to water damages. That's the most hidden damage, right? Water?
Yes, because on an EPDM roof, you don't really see the damages. It's underneath. There could be a small little pinhole, and once the insulation underneath is wet, that has to be replaced, and then the entire roof has to go.
Christy, go ahead, Christy.
Hey, I just had a quick question for Brian.
Yes.
I'm a customer of yours, and when your insurance comes up for renewal, and I don't, if you've discussed this already, sorry for the repetition, but is that something that you guys look at to see if they have changed? Did you say the?
In other words, you're asking, do they do their own insurance checkups?
Right, and you specifically asked about actual cash value on the roof. Is that what you asked? Yeah, so we do have I know of a couple carriers right now, and like I told Tom to begin with, I think it probably will become more standard, that do convert to an actual cash value after a certain number of years. The insurance company notifies them, but we also send an email out beforehand to let them know that this is happening and give them the opportunity to look around. It's not always a guarantee that it's best to move to a company with replacement cost in those cases, because if let's say you're going to an actual cash value and now your deductible is going to be $4,000 or $5,000, we can move you to a carrier that has a $2,500 deductible, but the price is $1,000 more. You know what I'm saying? So you have to take those into consideration. But we do try to reach out to any customer that would be converted from a replacement cost to an actual cash value.
I appreciate that. How's Encompass looking these days?
They're still replacement costs. They still offer replacement costs. They're not going actual cash value. As far as price, it totally depends. As I'm looking through here of people that have called today, I've got a random assortment of companies that we're recommending, and that's the whole point, is that it just depends on the circumstance which carrier will be best.
Okay, thank you, Brian.
You got it.
Christy. And if you have any questions for our insurance pros, our insurance experts, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, Martin, I didn't forget about you. Before the break, you told me you had some hail damage in your apartment, some water seepage. They put blowers in your apartment. You were displaced for a few days. Now what's going on, Martin?
Well, they took the blowers out on the 10th, and somebody came on the 12th. By then, the drywall and baseboard was peeling off by itself and paint peeling off the walls. And then on the 17th, well, about the 16th, guy came and cut holes in the wall to see if he could dry it out. Put another blower in there. Says, oh, just shut the blower off when you go to bed. And I go, like, I ain't sleeping in there.
So what's going on now?
On the 17th, the guy came in and did readings on the wall, and there's like 85% humidity in there. And supposedly today they're going to do something about it. And that's the 20th, so, 20 days of being in an unlivable place.
Well, they have to they have to give you some kind of compensation if they're renting you the place. Now, renter's insurance would have that built in, right, Brian?
Yep, you would have coverage for. Or so, are they putting you in a different apartment right now, or where are you living?
No, they haven't done anything yet.
Yeah,
they've got some guy coming to look at it today again.
Do you have renter's insurance?
Well, I talked to my agent, and she said that's their responsibility because it's.
Well, it might be their responsibility, but it's your claim, and you get to do it, and they get to collect on it. I don't know of any renter's insurance that doesn't have temporary housing. Maybe they do have covered. Maybe they do have policies without it. Do they?
I don't know of any that doesn't. If you look on your policy for loss of use, there should be some coverage there for that.
Now, Martin, I don't think she's being straight with you. And watch out that they don't find mold, because you don't want them to cover up mold. Now, not all mold is toxic, but certainly it's not good for you, okay? It's not all toxic where it's going to kill you or something like that. People exaggerate sometimes. But anyway, Joe, welcome to the show, Joe.
Hi, Tom. I had a question for your assessor, and it's not something can be remedied, but I just didn't know if I got screwed on a deal. We bought a house about 30 years ago, and had somebody come out and looked at it. Everything's fine, a few minor things, and we lived there for several years, and it had a sunroom, and we had a big snowstorm, and the sunroom sank. So I called the insurance company. They sent a guy out, and he said, all right, well, and he came out and looked, and he said, well, I got to get somebody else out. So he brought someone who I thought was an independent individual who was going to look at this, but he looked at it. He was some kind of structural engineer, and they got back with me saying they're not going to cover it because it wasn't built right. So,
or they're saying it was earth movement.
Why, they don't cover earth movement?
No. They won't cover.
He didn't say earth movement. He said it was not constructed properly.
I understand, but trust me when I tell you, if you protest this, they're going to go to earth movement because that's a protection for them. But what do you think? What do you think? Our public adjuster today is Peter Rodolfo. Go ahead, sir.
Well, what I think, it's hard to really make a complete determination without reading the policy. But I've had claims where some weight caused a sinking of a structure, and it was something that was discoverable by the insurance company through underwriting or anything like that.
In other words, was it covered?
Some of them have been, some of them haven't been. Now, sinking from weight, that may be different than ground movement, because ground movement is more of a landslide.
Yeah. It depends really on your coverage, but here's what I always ask. I love this for consumers to do. Whenever you're refused something, here's what I like saying to the adjuster or the representative. Could you please highlight for me in my policy language where you are allowed to do that? And you would be shocked at how many times they come back and say, on second thought, it's covered. See, you can ask them to do that. Could you please show me and highlight for me the policy language that allows you to reject this coverage? And if they can't show it to you, there you go.
So they did admit that it was caused by the snow, the heavy snow, and if they're saying that it wasn't built right, how can they hold me responsible? Because I didn't know that when I bought the home. I mean, they can't.
Yeah, but that's not their fault. They could very easily, if something, but not all policies. Some will go beyond bad codes and bad building. Explain that, Brian. I mean, some will absolutely reject improper.
Poor construction is definitely something that can cause a claim not to be not to go through. Building code coverage, what you're just saying, is a little different. That's whenever there's some damage to a loss, and they're having to fix things because of code changes. There is coverage in a policy, and some policies don't have any, but there is ways to buy coverage for that.
But if you put up a structure and you don't get a permit, and it's piss poor, and it falls down in a windstorm, they don't have to cover that.
Well, I mean, if it was because of a covered peril, even if you're not, like if people are always saying, if I didn't get a permit on my basement and then there's a fire down there or whatever.
I'm talking about if some guy slaps up an addition.
Right. And it blew down purely because of poor construction, they would try to fight that for sure. You're right.
What would you do on that as a public adjuster?
Well, if it's poor construction, it's poor construction. That is an exclusion in most every policy I ever read.
So it's going to be very difficult to get that covered just because. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We have plenty of lines open if you want to get right through. Mike, what's happening?
Hey, Tom. Hi.
Oh, I got to take this. Hold on, Mike. If you could just hold on. I'm way over time. I'm sorry. Hold on one sec.
This report is sponsored by Napa Auto Parts.
speed along westbound I-70 at Lookout Mountain Road. The highway has long reopened since following that earlier crash and car fire. Still residual backups to C-470, but traffic flow has improved quite a bit over the past half hour. Northbound I-25 coming out of the Tech Center, it's not good flow there. It's stop and go from Arapahoe traveling up to Yale. I-25 slows down again downtown from Alameda traveling up towards Colfax. Southbound slow from I-70 traveling down towards Spear. The weather forecast going to be
20 seconds and 10 long.
87. Right now partly cloudy and 76. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30 KNOW.
Right now at Napa Auto Care Centers, when you spend $250 on Napa brake parts, you can get a $75 prepaid Visa card. Quality parts installed by pros. That's Napa. And participating Napa Auto Care Centers. Exclusions apply. Offer ends June 30th.
Living stem cell therapy. That is where you take living stem cells, you inject them to the point of injury, and they mimic the cells around them, rebuild the joint, they rebuild the tissue, the tendons, and they also stimulate growth of new cells. But here's the deal. Only living stem cells will do that. And the only way to get living stem cells in today's FDA environment is to extract them at the time of treatment from yourself. You become your donor. And then you re-inject them with imagery. Any clinic that claims to ship in living stem cells is flat out lying to you. That's it. Fraud. Again, if any clinic doesn't like that, sue me. I'll take it. I'll take you on because you're all liars. The real living stem cell therapy. Centeno Schultz. 303-963-9201. 963-9201. TheStemCellExperts.com. Oh, they hate when I say that.
Fix it long coming up. Fix it long.
New shower system from Kohler by Green Style Remodeling. For a limited time only, save $1,000 off a complete Kohler shower system with 12 months no payments and no interest. Call 720-409-3511 to schedule your in-home consultation or visit greenstyleshowers.com. That's 720-409-3511.
Do you know how many stupid people are going to wait until it's so hot out? They're going to turn on their air conditioner and they're going to say, oh my God, it's hot and it's not working. You know, take advantage of this cooler weather. Do not get ripped off. Right now, you can have your air conditioner completely cleaned and checked for just $39 from the best. Fix It 24/7. They'll disassemble it to the extent they can, and they'll clean the compressor, the condenser, check all the electrical components. They'll check the thermostat. They'll do all of the pressure checks. They'll make sure it's in tip-top condition for just $39. FixMyHome.com. Do it now before the rush. Before you can't get anyone out there because they're too busy. FixMyHome.com. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939.
Your own personal recruiter to help you find a better job. And they would say, hey, I found a company that likes your profile, and they may even pay you more. Well, if you had a personal recruiter, that's what they do. But now, ZipRecruiter's technology can do that for you. Just download the free ZipRecruiter job search app, customize your job matches, and its technology does the work. It hustles for you to find jobs you'll like, and puts your profile in front of employers who may be looking for someone just like you. If a company likes your profile, ZipRecruiter lets you know, and if you are interested, you can apply. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated job search app. And based on a third-party survey, 7 out of 10 people who found a new job on ZipRecruiter increased their salaries. So, download the free ZipRecruiter app today and put the power of technology to work for you.
Results of a 2017 U.S. survey of over 500 ZipRecruiter users who got hired for a job they found on ZipRecruiter.
Your local Rocky Mountain sod growers want you to know that installing sod in your yard is an easy and efficient way to add natural beauty to your home. Beautiful, soft, natural green Kentucky bluegrass uses much less water than people think. Lawn areas in the United States store up to 37 billion tons of carbon. Lawns absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen, keeping the air
This
clean
Hoffman
and
Weber
fresher
one,
on your home.
her contract, they said $51,000. She got paid $13,000 from the insurance company.
Growers.com.
The analysis we need.
Yeah, so, yeah, they leave a lot of that, a lot of things are off the table. Most contractors want the roof. It's the simplest thing to get bought. They want to do the roof. And after that, they don't care too much about the rest of it. They'll tell you, well, that's why it's,
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And we have approval reverse, not approval reverse, I'm sorry. I want to tell you about Simply Floors right now because I had them come out to my house and they told me I didn't need new carpet. I just had to have it stretched. They do that. And their installers could take care of my carpet. Now, mind you, I was looking for new carpet. I went on and made my own appointment on their system, simplyfloorsinc.com. If you do that and you need new carpet, you'll get it for up to 40% off, sometimes up to half off compared to the big boxes and other stores. Why don't you just see it? You'd be silly not to shop simplyfloorsinc.com. They're at 52nd and Ward Southwest corner, but again, make your own appointment at simplyfloorsinc.com. Let's talk. 303-713-TALK. Rob has Rob has a question for Peter, our claims adjuster, our public adjuster. Go ahead.
Hey, Tom, how's it going?
Yes, I'm doing good, sir. Thank you.
Yes, I had a quick question for the public adjuster. So I had a claim on my roof last year, and I've been working with the public adjuster for the last couple months. And when he did my claim, so we found a little bit of extra stuff. There was one window that had a little chip in it, and he got the fence to be painted. But when they did that, he readjusted the price for today, and the price went down.
What do you mean readjusted the price for today? I don't know what that means.
So for the roof and for the flashing and all that type, and the gutters, so they give you a price for whatever today's costs are. And so they, for it was originally like $600 a square or something like that. And the price went down since last year, and I'm already under contract with someone for the original price, which is like a $700 difference with everything else. And they
Where did you find the public adjuster?
It's from you guys.
Okay. And so if it's not Peter, it's Paragon.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what did Matt tell you?
He said he's never had this happen before and that he's going to try. And so I asked him, well, can't they just go back to what it was since I'm already under contract?
Well, they can't change the one that's under contract. Didn't you say you settled and then called the public adjuster?
I did, but he had them readjust all the numbers because he thought that they would go up.
Oh.
Well, they went down.
Well, I've never heard of it. Have you, Peter?
Yeah, what it is, they're using Xactimate. It's an estimating software, and every month everything changes.
Okay.
However, if you already had a contract and then they changed the price,
right,
the cost has been incurred. They're stuck with that first price. So have your public adjuster just contact them and tell them this cost has already been incurred. And so they have to stick with
the cost has been incurred because you already signed the contract.
And the contract is based on what they originally told you.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, talk to Matt. Matt can even give Peter a call. I mean, listen, the whole idea is that when you make the claim and they agree to that, I know Matt thought the price would go up, but the fact is if it didn't go up, he can show that contract was already signed based on their first offer. Okay, because it's not like you're backdating it. You wouldn't be lying about that. Okay, Dan has a question for Compass Insurance. Go ahead, Dan.
Hey, you guys, how's it going?
Good. What's happening?
Hey, you guys, I got a car, and I drive it hardly at all, and I want to stop the insurance on it and just leave it parked for a few months. I live in a condo tower, so it's in a basement, a garage. But I was wondering if I just cancel my auto and then restart it up in about 6 or 7 months, isn't my rate going to go through the ceiling?
Yeah, so you don't have another car, Dan? Is this your only vehicle?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, and even trying to suspend, a lot of carriers won't do a suspension of coverage when you only have one vehicle. It's really, if you have more than one car and you park one of them, you can go to comp only, comprehensive only on that one. But check with your insurance company to see if they will do that. It would be in your interest not to cancel it altogether, because then you're going to have a lapse in coverage.
Okay, it's a junky old car, so I have only comprehensive. But is there any way I can keep the policy going without, stopping it?
Well, I imagine when you say it's a piece of junk and you have comp, do you mean you have liability only?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's liability only. It's a real old car, and I fixed it up myself.
No, I hear you, but an option would be to get the rate down even more if you're not driving it, is to go to comprehensive only to see if your insurance company will do that.
Can't you just do something in storage?
Well, that's comprehensive. That's comp only. So that would be keeping, but a lot of companies won't do it if that's the only car in the policy. So you need to check with your company to see if they'll do that.
We have more coming right up.
This is Denver's Talk Station, 630 KHOW.
It's kind of a catch-22 because you're not using your car, but you don't want to cancel because then you have a lapse in coverage and then your rate's higher. It's not. It is. It's a tough one.
And is even a month a lapse in coverage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that you can't get coverage. It's just you're going to get penalized. You know?
You're starting from ground.
Yeah, there's just a surcharge for that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there's just a upfront surcharge.
Yeah, if you try to call, a lot of carriers won't do it. Like preferred carriers won't take you if you have a lapse in coverage. There's some that will, but they'll charge you for that because you don't have continuous insurance.
So if you went overseas,
how much time do I have right
for a
now?
couple years overseas.
Okay, this is going to be hard.
You went overseas for 2 years.
Yeah, you can explain it to underwriters, but you're still going to get surcharge because they're not able to provide history for what you've been doing. So.
Prescription products require an online physician consultation and only available if the physician determines a prescription is appropriate. See website for full details.
Hey guys, good news! The expensive little blue pill is now generic, which means you can get the prescription medication to treat ED at affordable prices. And now get your first month supply for just $5 at 4hims.com/Chris. Hims connection with your doctors online
old
with
car
prescribed
classic.
medication. Pharmacy sends it right to your door.
And I had
So
them show
easy.
with
Take
Hagerty.
your first
Yeah.
order for
Because
just
it was the only way to
It's
get
a great way to do it, yeah.
great value.
Yep.
That's 4hims.com/Chris.
My car insurance is with AAA, and
They wouldn't
you'll get
agree.
book value. Wait a second.
You know what? In another little, you're obviously in insurance, so you know. But what they'll do is they'll do stated value.
Yeah.
But stated value is not what you want because it means that they'll pay you whatever stated or actual cash value, whichever is lower.
Yeah.
Agreed value is what you want. Haggard is
That's what I
exactly
got,
where you want to go. Yeah.
They get, I got 36 on it.
Yeah.
So that's more than they paid for some.
Yeah. No, Haggerty's perfect for that. That's exactly what you do. We put people with Haggerty all the time for classics.
If I did cancel a policy on my cars, and I had still kept the Haggerty, does that count?
Yeah, you would.
Still insured.
They don't necessarily report to the prior carrier reports.
Right.
Haggerty doesn't. All you would have to do is show proof of insurance. But absolutely, that would still count. You would still have insurance. So.
I was curious. I have a car in Florida. I was thinking of just sticking it in the garage and cancel the policy on it.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't affect you because you have insurance elsewhere. So. Do you go back to Florida still?
Yeah, Florida's where I live.
Oh, it is.
But I'm here more than I'm in Florida.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my wife and my money go to Florida.
Okay. And then you're here a lot of the time.
I'm here most of the time.
Okay.
In fact, I'm here so much I just put a townhouse.
Okay. In the tech center you were talking about.
Well, no, that's my office.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
put a townhouse sort of by Parkham and Quincy, Avalon condos. And, it's a nice place. I've been renting there for 4 years. My landlord called me and told me to sell it. I don't want to move. So he gave me a decent price.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It must be nicer to spend time here in the summertime than it is in Florida, isn't it?
Well, I go down the Keys whenever I'm down there, and I bring my boat down, so I'm out in the ocean.
So you can't complain about that.
You always
Yeah.
got the breeze.
David Salisbury.
So how do you go back to Florida like every weekend kind of thing, or not even that often?
No, I was when I was in Florida last. So I was with my wife in Michigan. We have family out there. At the end of May, I got back here June 3rd.
Okay.
So I'm going to go to Florida on June 25th.
Okay.
And then stay there a week, but then I'll be back up here.
Wow.
At 720-440-8200. That's 720-440-8200. I went out to the Art of Granite and I met Mitch. Came to America with $300 in his
How many people are in Claims Pro?
And then decides to have
Is
his own
it
place.
a group of people, or is it?
Well, I got 6 people here, but I have a network of 32 addresses.
Okay.
He designs
There were other firms, and they'll come in. Like we get that storm in 2017, May 8th. I brought 10 adjusters up from Texas, and they just worked me under the 1099.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Is Wyoming one of your states?
Yeah.
So you're all around Colorado?
Yeah, I handle in Wyoming. I just settled a claim in Utah. I travel.
Yeah, you're all over, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. But Denver, it's easier to shoot for.
Yeah.
5919 303-386-5919 303-386-5919 and online at artofgranite.net.
I thought that was our cue to come on before we start talking. I was like, Dan's gonna be on the air.
They should have a bathroom closer and stuff. You made it.
I know.
And got coffee or water.
And
or
a
something.
sausage.
And a sausage?
You know that shit that Mark.
Hey, I tried it last night. I went to that Impossible, that fake beef.
Oh.
That's what you're talking about?
No.
Oh, okay.
I meant. He put that in the refrigerator. From Costco.
I think next Friday Mark wants to do that Beyond Meat here. To see how it is. You know that fake meat stuff?
Okay. That doesn't sound like Mark at all.
Well, just because it's just on, just to try it for other people.
Okay.
But I tried it at Qdoba. Oh, is it salty?
Yeah. My son wants me to sponsor his Fortnite team.
Absolutely.
It used to be when you had a team, you'd be outside and getting fresh air.
Not anymore.
You'd put your name on the back of their uniform. Now it's fucking streamed.
Yeah.
Does he got a good team?
Do you play?
No, shit. But my son is addicted.
Yeah.
And their total audience is maybe 200 on their streaming channel.
Yeah.
A bunch of little kids.
Right. It's the next generation for you.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, and let's go to the phones. Mike, he wants to talk about his refrigerator. We have some lines open, too, at 303-713-TALK. Marianne, you're next about a claims adjustment. Go ahead, Mike. What's going on with your LG refrigerator?
Hi, my contractor purchased this for me and installed it on the 3rd of May, and it quit working on Monday night. We got it.
I mean, just stopped working.
I opened the door. I heard a click. That was it. Everything's out. Everything.
Huh, you heard a click. Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like your LG, your Lucky Gold Star appliance, has a fuse or something simple, a thermal cutout or something. I could be wrong. Is it on an extension cord?
No, and there are 2 wall outlets right next to it, and I switched the outlets, and it doesn't work with either of them.
No, I'm talking about an internal fuse. But listen, it's new, right?
It was installed on the 3rd of May. And
well, it's under warranty, right?
It's under warranty from LG, and I've been calling LG since about 10 minutes after it went out, and I get nothing.
What do you mean, nothing?
A runaround. The earliest date they told me they were going to send someone out
to look at it was the 28th of this month, and then they switched it to the 1st of July. And I'm living out of coolers in the kitchen.
Well, listen, man, there's got to be a factory service center or I mean, there's got to be with a company this big. I don't know who it is, but they all have.
Best Buy doesn't want to touch it. LG says there's no factory service here, that they subcontract it, and they subcontracted it to somebody called Quality Expert Appliances.
Okay. Did you call Quality Expert Appliances?
Yeah, they can't get here till the 28th.
Well, there you go. For buying a cheap Japanese, well, listen, is it Japanese or Korean? I don't know.
It's Mexican.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, it says made in Mexico on the inside.
Really? Huh. So listen, I would say, no, really. I mean, the terms of the warranty are specified. I don't know what to do when they tell you it's going to be they can't get there till the 28th?
Yeah, and that's the inconvenience.
Yes, it's more than inconvenient when it comes to a refrigerator. But I'm not sure. How about the retailer? Normally, who did you buy it from?
Best Buy in the 5300 block of Wadsworth.
Well, Best Buy's usually pretty good.
They don't want to touch it. They're like, you didn't get a warranty with us.
Ah, but you bought it from them, and don't they have a return policy?
They do, but they said no warranty with us. You have to go to LG.
What about their return policy? The return policy of Best Buy.
They stonewalled me.
Well, what is the return? I'm asking you what the return policy is. I'm not asking you what they did. What is their return policy? Is it 30 days? Is it 15 days? Whatever it is, they have to honor whether it's under warranty or not.
It was 15 days, yeah.
Well, then they don't. It went out beyond 15, right?
Yep.
Mike, it's not. See, here's the problem. They're not refusing you service. That's the problem.
They're not. They're waiting for estimate from LG as to what the problem is for either repair or replacement.
Have you tried unplugging it and holding it out? I mean, keeping it off for...
Yes, sir.
How long did you keep it unplugged?
I've tried that half a dozen times.
For how long did you keep it unplugged?
10, 15, 20 minutes at a time.
Oh, okay. Are you sure there's no, is there a resettable fuse on that thing internally?
So, Tom, I just got a guy that called in that says the refrigerator's on a separate breaker.
Yeah, it is on a separate breaker on my box, on my circuit.
Yeah, but they're not always, oh yeah, I guess they are. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and the breaker is engaged. It did not disconnect.
Did you turn it off and back? Oh, well, actually, you know the outlet works, right?
Yep, I sure do.
I don't know what to tell you. This sounds very odd that a brand new refrigerator.
Yeah, it's brand new.
Well, if it just goes out like that with no symptoms of trouble, it didn't get warm.
I was really proud of this thing.
The more major the outage, the simpler the problem. In other words, if it had been getting warm and then cold and then flickering but you're saying it just went out. You heard click and it went out.
Yeah, when I opened the door, there was a click and everything went out.
How long had it been on before it went out?
It's been plugged in since the 3rd of May.
But when you plugged it in on the 3rd, when did it go out?
It went out on Monday, last Monday.
Oh, okay, so it stayed on for a while. And no one messed with it? Is there? I know this is a...
Oh, no, I live by myself, so...
Is there a master switch on those things? I don't know. I mean,
not from what I saw in the back. It's all enclosed, and I'm not touching it because I don't want to void the warranty.
That's right. Man, this sucks.
Tom, I just had another guy call in. So there's a phone number inside the fridge. If he calls that, it's a help phone. I guess there's a guy that'll just reset it.
That could happen. That could happen. Did you see a phone number on the refrigerator?
I've got 3 different numbers. I've got LG's number.
Is there a helpline?
I've talked to them 3 times. They're not much help.
What do they say?
They're trying to schedule a tech to come out here and look at it, and tell me whether it can be repaired or replaced.
I guess you got to go with it.
But like I said a little while ago, I can't get anybody here till the 28th.
I know, and I don't know what else to tell you. I swear to God, I wish I did. It's a great experience to relate to people on how LG handles things, but I'm not sure if Samsung would be any better. I don't know. We're talking about massive volume here, and I don't think they're set up for warranty. But, Mike, would you keep us in the loop? Honestly, we'll get calls on this, okay, especially from our podcast as well, and then we'll let you know, and you let us know. Marianne, you have a question for Peter. Peter is with Claims Pro Public Adjusters.
Do you have a phone number for him initially?
Oh, yeah. 303?
Yep.
981?
981.
1020.
1020. Thank you. I have several questions. Hopefully, collectively, you'll be able to answer those for me. I was driving my car when I heard you were discussing this today. I caught 2 of the 3 Ds that you mentioned, delay, deny. What is the third one?
Defend, if you go after them through any of the different forms of...
Yeah, defend themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there any time limits in Colorado after you have reported a claim that govern the settling of the claim and repairs being made?
Well, it would be in your policy. Is this a residence?
Yes, it is.
Okay, it's usually 2 years.
Now, Brian, aren't there some one-year time limits?
Well, 1 year from the time of the incident to report it. But she's talking about the claim she's made already.
Okay. Got it.
It's 2 years for the bad faith statute. It's 3 years for a breach of contract claim.
Okay, got you.
But there's also time constraints. Some policies want you to submit a sworn proof of loss within 60 days of reporting it. There's all different things.
If an insurance company did not inform you of that, where do you stand?
They don't have to inform you. It's in your policy. That's what is informing you.
The policy information that gets sent out by these insurance companies...
It has everything in it. Has everything in it.
And if there's nothing there...
It's going to be there. They're not stupid. They've been in this business a million years. I mean, not to exaggerate, it's going to be there. Okay?
When was the date of
loss? Let's talk about it coming up.
This report is sponsored by Napa Auto Parts.
As time limits. There's no way. Yep, no way. I know they say it, but it doesn't happen. You'll grow old trying to prove that one.
Got a crash southbound I-25 and Park Avenue as well, backing you up to the mousetrap there. Few other slow spots in town. Just be careful out there. The weather forecast could be a slight chance of afternoon thunderstorms today. Breezy, a high of 87 tonight. Thunderstorms early, then partly cloudy. 20 seconds. Right now, partly cloudy and 76. With your traffic and weather, 19 Wagner, 630 K-How.
This month at Napa Auto Parts stores, get $25 or more off brand new DeWalt power tools by trading in your old ones. Quality parts, helpful people, that's Napa know-how. And participating Napa Auto Parts stores. While supplies last, offer ends June 30th.
Dr. Kelly, Fit Mom of 4. She's a dentist. I like giving out that. That is her Instagram. She loves that Instagram account where she gives out free tips on working out and getting rid of your flabby abs after a baby. By the way, she has a 10-week ab program. Why do I mention that if she's a dentist? Because it's one of her passions. She also has a wonderful dental studio called Avenue Dental Studio right here in the Tech Center. And then there's one in Monument, Colorado. She and her husband run both of those, and they have a $59 new patient special. For that, you get x-rays, you get an exam, but listen to this, a full dental cleaning, just $59. Call for details, 720-240-4740. 720-240-4740. AvenueDentalStudio.com.
Nothing like meeting face-to-face, and there's nothing like Zoom to make that happen. Zoom lets you connect and do business...
She's at Kathy Center. She never had a contract with that guy.
Who?
That Hoffman, the roof. Their estimate that they gave her was $18,000. They said $13,000 for the siding, roof, gutters. She never signed a contract.
I got it.
She never signed a contract with them.
Budget A1 Transmission and Auto Repair has the best transmission deal in the business. Listen to this. If you think you have a transmission problem, they'll verify it. They'll do a free inspection. That means remove the transmission, open up the transmission, and give you a full and complete estimate free of charge. If you decide not to have the work done, no charge. It's always free, even if you decide to go somewhere else, because they guarantee to beat any transmission estimate by 10% or $250, whichever is more. 303-781-9858. The best deal in the transmission business, budget A1. 303-781-9858.
So what's the other 5,000 for?
It's just, it's there, they don't even go look at the insurance, they just gave her this estimate.
Okay.
And they gave her estimate, like the total roof, when I say 18,000, it's actually 20,000 because they add in like putting on the satellite dish and all that. So if she got this
GFI is what he's talking about, GFI, yes. But I thought he said he verified that the outlet was actually working, and he plugged it into another one. Now, we'll see.
Refrigerators normally don't have GFI, do they?
Sometimes there's a circuit that'll run for all your countertops, but I never saw one on a refrigerator.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I think the countertops you have to have.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
just because of water getting in there.
Yeah.
I bet you said, and they, so I looked at LG, they got fuses, but they're all soldered in.
They're on the control board, that's all the same thing.
Yeah.
They're not replaceable. I looked at that too.
So he starts unsoldering, and I agree with him and say,
Oh yeah, he doesn't want to mess with it.
but he could take a little jumper and go from it and then pull it off just to get it working. It might be something else out.
Yeah, with
It's not
that,
working.
I think I'd probably just live out of coolers until I can get someone there.
Yeah.
Someone's got to comment on the refrigerator though.
You better plug a light or something in there just to make sure that
I know. Turns out the outlet went bad.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK. We got another comment on the refrigerator. You know, if it's a GFI circuit, I think he said he verified the outlet was working. It could be a GFI, and they run in parallel. Some of them on a circuit, there might be more than one, and it's only resettable by one, or it could be resettable at the box. But I think he checked the outlet by plugging something else into it. He should if he didn't. Anyway, go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, well, I got a quick comment, but what I would do is I'd turn that thermostat up and down to see if it'll kick on. But if you remember, when I bought a washing machine about a year ago, I was going to go for a Samsung because they were rated #1, and LG is rated up on top there. And I called up Jensen Appliance.
Yes.
Because that's who I use for my appliance repair. And
yes, they're good people.
His wife said, stay away from it because parts are impossible to get. And probably the same thing with the service department.
Yeah, that could be. I mean,
they're out of China.
Yeah.
You know, so.
That's true. Now, does Marianne have yet another question, or is she done? I don't know. Kathy, what's going on with you, Kathy?
Hi. I am wondering about if I have to get permission or pay the Frida Kahlo Corporation or her heirs if I sell T-shirts with her image.
Okay. How did you get her image?
It's all over the internet.
Well, if she's a known artist, she owns her image. So you would have to get the rights to do that, even if she, no matter what, she owns it. Did she give you permission?
Well, she's dead.
Oh, but her estate or someone may own it. Now, if no one owns it, if it's what is called public domain, well, right, then you can use it, but I don't know. I mean, is it public domain or not?
Well, so she was a Mexican artist, and in Mexico, the law says that after 50 years after her death, then it is public domain, and she died in 1954. However, she does have, there's been some legal battles with the Frida Kahlo Corporation and the use of her image. She's grown in popularity.
So somebody, what I'm asking is, did someone acquire the rights?
Did you mean me? No.
No, I mean, did someone else? Do you know who owns the rights right now? It's either public domain or not.
Interesting. It's kind of a battle. It's a Mexican battle right now in the courts in Mexico over her image.
But
family
while it's in battle, who owns it? Is it public domain right now? And they're trying to get
it should be.
Here's the answer. If it is, here's the answer that's safe. If it's in public domain, you can use it.
Okay. And can I just take an image of her off the internet and use that? That's okay?
That's not what I said. Now, if you're talking about her artwork, not her, are you talking about a picture of her?
Her.
A picture of her would be owned by whoever took the picture. The content does not make for ownership. The creativity does. Now, you could be both content and owner. If you hired someone to do a portrait for you and you bought the rights, then you would have both. But her image, while she in herself, her name, her works might be of public record or public use or public domain, you can't take a picture of her work that someone else took. Does that make sense? Because a picture of her work is not her work. It's a picture of it. Unless you take the picture of it, or you get rights from Getty Images or someone who took it or who owns it. Because many people make that mistake. They think because they have public domain, they can take it anywhere, and they can't. So you have to get not only her work, you have to get it in a forum that's public domain. Many times, that's very difficult to do in and of itself, where you'd have to go to a gallery and take a picture of it.
I see.
So,
but then that would be my picture.
That's
so
right.
I could do that.
It would be yours. That's right. If it's yours. That's right. Or buy the rights to use a photograph of her work. So anyway, I hope that helps. Don't forget the Help Center till 4 o'clock today for insurance comparison, 303-771-HELP. And don't forget, Claims Pro Public Adjuster. BecomeTheBanker.info is the website to see a video.
All right. I had a question here. It was on Facebook there. It says, can I let my family member visiting from Europe with an international license drive my car for 1 week while they're here?
Yep. Your insurance extends if you give them permission.
It's a safe, conservative investment for almost
now, whether or not a police officer is okay with that, I'm just saying from an insurance, if that person wrecks the car, the insurance has to pay. But as far as the legality of doing that, I don't know that. I don't know what Colorado or what they have to have. So.
Gotcha. As a police officer, what would you do?
In New York, you can't.
You can't?
Every state is different.
What do you mean? New York just gave it to illegals. They get driver's license.
Well, soon, as soon as it's signed into law.
Okay. I am on to Kansas, guys.
Okay, have a good one.
Nice to meet you, Peter.
Good safe drive there, Brian.
Thank you. See you, Tom.